It is the last day of high school football in the state of Arkansas. 2 state championship games coming your way. We start with the 4A title game between Malvern and Harding Academy at War Memorial Stadium, and it is just a nasty day across the state of Arkansas, and specifically here in Little Rock. I'm Wes Moore, RJ Hawk, and I could think of about 1,000 different days that would be better than what we have today. It is just miserable out there.
Well, you know, Wes, we went from the first weekend of state championships here at War Memorial where it was beautiful skies. It was a little cold, but it was perfect playing conditions. Today, when you've got two teams that like to throw it a little bit, run it a little bit, but the ball's going to be wet. There's no way around it. It's going to be a nasty day here at War Memorial Stadium. That turf gets a little bit more slick when it gets wet, so it'd be interesting to see how today plays out.
The slickers are out. The umbrellas are out. I can see the fans in the stands all bundled up, and it's about 50 degrees, so it's not terrible out there. It's just but the rain, and we're expecting more rain throughout the day. It's going to be a fun game. Harding Academy is a undefeated team, 12-0, looking for their 4th straight state championship. Harding Academy moving up in classification this year.
You know, it's really impressive. We've seen it throughout these championships. Schools like Pulaski Academy, Shiloh Christian, now Harding Academy, that they moved up in classification, looking for another state championship. And if Harding Academy wins today, it's their 5th championship in 4 consecutive seasons. And it's really about the coaching staff. The coaching staff has been together throughout all these championships. They all came from Harding University, and they've really set the program, set the standard of what winning is at Harding Academy. And Neil Evans has done an outstanding job. You know, you think about Harding Academy, it's a feeder system to Harding University, but they just keep producing athletes, whether it be at the quarterback position or at the wide receiver position. These guys are good, and it'll be interesting to see how they play today.
The Malvern Leopards enter the game 11-2, coached by J.D. Plumley, and they made quite a run through the playoffs. They knocked off Nashville last week, putting up 56 points on the board. The week before that, they went to Warren. Impressive win to go to Warren and knock off the Lumberjacks in overtime.
Yeah, you know, Malvern is a little bit different of an offense. If you watch this offense, you'll see that their running back, Jalen Dupree, is going to line up in front of the quarterback. And then they kind of run a wildcat option type of offense. But really, Cedric Simmons, their quarterback, he's a do-it-all player. He's thrown 21 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, but he's got a completion percentage of 65%. This is a very explosive offense. They play really good defense as well. I'll be interested to see how the defense of Malvern lines up against Harding Academy's offense and vice versa.
Well, when you look at Malvern, this is a team that has 2 losses on the year. One came to a team outside the state from Mississippi. The other came to Arkadelphia in conference play. Arkadelphia at the time was the number 1 ranked team. That's who Harding Academy beat last week to get here. All right, we're just getting started. When we come back, we'll give you some of the players to keep an eye on in this game. We'll head down to the sideline and check in with Madison Fitzpatrick. You are watching the Centennial Bank Football Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
I think it's important for Arkansas PBS to have sports because it provides sports on a greater platform to the entire community. And it also gives people in various other communities an opportunity to see other schools and other athletes and to have a greater appreciation for not just their own community, but the sports that are available across the state of Arkansas. There are so many lessons that sports provides, and it's one of the reasons why it's so important to the next generation of athletes coming up.
People would come from miles around to come to 9th Street just to see what it was like.
I'm saying this was the mecca of entertainment in the South.
I want to blow the roof off of this sucker. Oh, yeah.
We thought we was on top of the world.
Download the PBS video app or watch online.
Here we got the energy.
That way the flavors will marry nicely.
Can you tell me what I'm looking at?
I'm not looking for love, I'm looking for cookies.
And there's still places to discover.
It just absorbs you.
You can make this at home if you can't find it.
I will continue to eat and drink until you get here. Get here fast.
Cheers. Cheers.
Oh, look at that. Oh, doesn't that look good?
We are going to be eating well.
It does work. It does. Yes.
We got a happy little sky.
We're just getting started.
Less than 3 minutes to go until the 4A state championship game between Harding Academy and Malvern begins. The captains are walking out for the coin toss. I'm Wes Moore, joined by R.J. Hawk. Let's take a look at some of the key players in this game. We'll start with Malvern and their quarterback.
Yeah, Cedric Simmons, a do-it-all player. Probably one of the better quarterbacks in the state of Arkansas. As I talked about a minute ago, has thrown for over 2,300 yards, 21 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. But really the impressive thing about him, he is a very efficient passer, 65% on the season, averaging 181 yards per game. But he can do it not only through the air, but with his legs as well. He is a real threat for this Harding Academy defense. If he gets the ball in space, he's going to be a dangerous one to watch.
He's a 4-year starter. Yeah. You don't see that often at quarterback in high school, but this kid's been starting since he was a freshman in high school. Let's go over to Harding Academy and look at their player to watch, and it's also their quarterback.
Yeah, Owen Miller, he is a guy that, this guy, 3,283 yards passing, 35 touchdowns, but Wes, the most impressive thing, only 4 interceptions on the year. Now, you know, I just talked about how great Cedric Simmons was with efficiency. Miller, on the other hand, 79% completion percentage. Now, they do a lot of dink and dunk at the line of scrimmage, but he can also air it out deep and find his receivers in Kyler Hoover, Landon Cook. These guys are really electric throughout this ball, or Coke, excuse me, and really electric. I'm looking forward to seeing what this offense can do under Owen Miller. And, you know, Miller has led this offense to an average of 40 points per game throughout the year.
Only a sophomore.
Only a sophomore.
He wasn't supposed to be the starting quarterback this year. Their starting quarterback decided he was going to focus only on baseball. He's a Razorback, maybe a future Razorback pitcher, but Owen Miller found out in July that he was going to be the starting quarterback this year. He has flourished. All right, let's go down to the sideline and check in with Madison Fitzpatrick. Beautiful day at War Memorial Stadium. Madison, you picked a great weekend to be down on the sideline. We're going to get that microphone turned on. And
you know, when it's wet, Wes, everything has a tendency not to work properly, and we'll get back to Madison here in a moment. But, you know, going back to both these offenses, Wes, this is going to be it'll be interesting how the weather plays a factor in both these teams' offenses.
Yeah, Madison was going to talk to the coaches before the game and find out what this weather's going to mean to both of the teams. Madison?
Yeah, so I got to speak to the coaches before the game and ask them how they feel like the weather's going to impact their gameplay. Coach Neil Evans says they're going to stick to the game plan, which is to throw the ball early on, and he says if it gets a little more rainy, then maybe they'll adjust the game plan, but he says he feels confident in his players' ability to adjust and adapt. And on the other hand, J.D. Plumley said they're going to stick to their game plan, which is to run the ball. He said it's been raining all week at practice, so they've been able to practice in the rain and kind of get ready for this weather. But overall, he said it's the state championship, and the guys shouldn't even feel the rain. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Madison. Stay dry if it's possible.
Yeah, so somebody from PBS, get Madison an umbrella. It's raining right now out there.
And we just got some really some bad information from the AAA. They're expecting a lightning delay. Apparently there's some stuff I was pulling up radar. Ooh, wow. Yeah, radar doesn't look good right now, and there's some storms coming our way with lightning. The rule in high school, if there's a lightning strike within 10 miles of the stadium, we're in for a 30-minute delay. And then you have to be clear of lightning during that 30 minutes before they resume. We are set for kickoff as Malvern is going to kick off and go to Harding Academy. There's a look at your weather right now. 56 degrees, scattered showers, and it's going to be raining off and on throughout the game. And that's going to be a big part of this game, ball control. We talk about it, keys to the game every game, and it's ball control. It's who can avoid the penalties and turning the ball over. And today, with those wet balls, with the slick field, holding on to the ball is going to be so crucial for both of these teams.
Well, you saw right there, Wes, they went with a sky kick to start things off. So, you know, if you're Harding Academy, you got to love this because you're going to start from the 41-yard line. Great field position to start your first drive here in the state championship game.
Owen Miller, your quarterback for Harding Academy, wearing number 6. He's got Heath Griffin, his running back, right behind him. Quick pass out to the sideline. It is complete right away to Indy McGalliard. Indy pulls it in. Short gain on first down. So I like that call. It's just a short, easy completion to settle down Owen Miller. get that blood flowing a little bit, but not ask too much out of it.
You're going to see this offense go really fast. They like to go 4 wide, and at that line of scrimmage, let the receivers do a lot of the work.
Fake the handoff, pass right across the middle. That's good enough for the first down. Isaac Baker on the reception moves the ball to the 44-yard line.
You know, part of why, Miller's been so efficient is because of those 5-yard passes. You know, you don't have to really stretch the offense a lot. He can find his open man just at the line of scrimmage.
Miller rolls, throws, completes it to Landon Koch. He moves the ball inside the 40 to the 38-yard line. Another little short gain. They'll give him 6. Miller quickly back, ready to go. Pitches it forward. Little complete pass. Room to run. Got the first down and more. It's Kyler Hoover on the, they'll technically call it a reception since he pitched the ball forward. Moves the ball inside the 25, right around the 25. They're going to mark him down at the 26-yard line. And look, Harding Academy's ready to go. They're already over the ball, wanting to run another play.
Yeah, they don't take much time off that play clock per play.
First handoff of the game. That's Griffin with it. He takes it inside the 25-yard line. Griffin came up huge last week against Arkadelphia in the semifinals. He had over 200 yards rushing. I think he had 3 second-half touchdowns in their comeback victory. They trailed at the half, and Griffin just put the team on his shoulders, and behind that offensive line had a huge second half. Miller looking to throw, under pressure, escapes the pressure, tucks it and runs, gets the ball to about the 20-yard line. He'll be short of the first down, but they'll bring up a very manageable play now.
Now, that's one thing about Owen Miller. He's run the ball 85 times this year for 402 yards. He's a pass-first quarterback, but if the play breaks down, you'll see him, step up in the pocket and run for 5, 6, 7 yards at a time.
3rd and 2. Miller rolls to his left. Looking to throw. Nothing there. He'll just tuck it and run. He gets the first down. The ball's inside the 20-yard line, inside the 15. They'll mark him down right at the 15-yard line.
Well, great job by the Malvern defense that time. They played more at the line of scrimmage and took away that dink and dunk passing. They allowed for the linebackers to play the pass, and so it made Miller run with the football.
Miller has it, handoff up the middle to Griffin. Griffin breaks a tackle, gets inside the 10. He's down to the 7-yard line, gain of 7.
This offense moves incredibly fast. I was watching the play clock. They were only taking 6 seconds off the play clock by the time they got to the line of scrimmage and got the ball up. There was still 23, 24 seconds left on the play clock.
This is the longest they've taken in between plays. 2nd and 3. They can get a first down without scoring. They're going to hand it off to Griffin again. Griffin inside the 5. He's close to the first down. They may have to measure. It's close. I can't really tell. Yeah, they're giving it to him. 1st and goal.
Boy, Jalen Dupree came in to make the saving touchdown tackle, and he just got him at the knee that time and was able to bring him down.
Running it as they get a little closer to the goal line. Miller and Griffin in the backfield. Receiver in motion. They're going to hand it off to Griffin again. Griffin, though, stopped. Not much there that time.
I saw Malvern play against Ashdown earlier this year, and this was a Malvern defense that they were really worried. Could they defend the pass and the run of Ashdown, and they stepped up big down around the goal line.
Toss forward. Receiver has it, spinning, getting closer to the goal line. That's Hoover with it. They're going to mark him down at the 1. Boy, Harding runs plays so quickly. We don't even have time to get in the replay because they're back over the ball, ready to go. 3rd down from the 1. Miller and Griffin. Griffin, no, stoned right there at the line of scrimmage. That defensive line did a great job that time. There was nowhere to run. And here comes the kicking unit. So this is a big win for Malvern. It was bend but don't break, and they let them go down the field, but they hold them at the goal line, and they're going to force a field goal from Kyle Ferry.
Yeah, and they've done that so many times this year. They, play the middle of the field, allow offenses to go, but when it comes to getting touchdowns, this defense has played really well at the line of scrimmage. I think this ball is at the 1-yard line, and they made the stop.
Ferry, an excellent kicker, 15 of 22 on the season. The little chip shot is up, and it is good. So, Harding Academy marches down. They get a field goal and take the lead 3-0. We'll come back with more first quarter action. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Football Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
For more than 50 years, Arkansas PBS has been a trusted resource. Our high-quality programs are seen by viewers in every corner of our state, making on-air sponsorship a solid investment. Aligning your business with Arkansas PBS offers a powerful blend of community engagement, corporate philanthropy, and cause marketing. And our viewers remember and appreciate businesses that support our programs. Contact us today for more information on sponsorship opportunities.
The Arkansas Citizens Access Network gives you a front row seat to your state government. Live stream board and commission meetings, press conferences, legislative proceedings, and more. Events are also archived for 30 days. Receive updates right on your phone by texting ARKAN to 313131. Be informed and get involved at myarkansaspbs.org/ARKAN.
13 plays, 57 yards. Harding Academy first on the board. They lead it 3-0 after the short field goal from Kyle Ferry. Kyle Ferry going to Mississippi State. He is an excellent kicker and punter. He averages almost 44 yards a punt. He's 53 of 54 on extra points. And last week he sent Harding Academy to this state championship game by kicking the game-winning field goal as time expired. Ball falls off the tee. Hold on. Got to re-tee it. Got a little breeze. I didn't think it was that windy, but looking at the flags, but just enough to blow the ball off the tee.
You know, Kyle Ferry told Neil Evans last week when they played Arkadelphia, that last kick he made to win the game, it was on the right hash, and he went over to Coach Neil Evans and said, Coach, if you'll get it in the middle of the field, I'll kick us to the rock. And he sure enough did.
I noticed that kick was from the right hash.
Yeah.
But he nailed that little chip shot. Just like he nailed that kickoff, that soars through the end zone. Almost lands in the stands. The wind is it's almost blowing east to west.
Yeah.
Looking at the flags at the top of the stadium, not really a north or south wind. It's kind of a strange wind right now. If anything, maybe it's coming a little bit out of the north. But here come Malvern Leopards. They're going to be led by quarterback Cedric Simmons and running back Jalen Dupree. It's kind of a 1-2 punch right there on the ground. Simmons has over 1,000 yards rushing, and Dupree over 2,500 yards rushing. Simmons sends Dupree to his left, and Dupree's going to block for him. Simmons cuts it back the other way, and he's able to scramble around, pick up 4 yards on first down.
And you're going to see a heavy dose of running game out of this Malvern Leopard team, mainly because Jalen Dupree is so good. I mean, this is a guy that's nearing 1,000 yards rushing on the year, and this offense really kind of runs through him on the ground. Now, as we talked about, Cedric Simmons can throw it, but Dupree's involved in so many, whether it be a passing play or a running play. He's around the ball almost all the time.
Fake the handoff. They're going to throw it on second down. Got a receiver wide open. It is complete. Running right down the middle is Dante Cagle. He is gone. Cagle, 76 yards on Malvern's second play. Just like that, the Leopards strike, and they lead it 6-3.
Boy, that time you just saw the speed difference between these receivers and the secondary, because I was sitting there watching Cagle, and he just outran the corner and got a 5-yard separation. Good throw, and you can see how quickly this Malvern offense can get on the board, and that was a beautiful throw by Cedric Simmons.
Simmons actually had 2 receivers wide open. Extra point attempt by Martinez, a sophomore. Puts it up. It is good, and Malvern takes a 7-3 lead. So we saw a bend but don't break Malvern defense that allowed Harding Academy to drive down the field and kick a field goal. And in 2 plays, Malvern takes the lead, and it's 7-3.
You know, this Harding Academy defense on the season, they were only averaging giving up 16 points a game, but then in the postseason, they were giving up 18 points a game to DeWitt, McGee, and Arkadelphia. You know, the McGee and Arkadelphia game was really the most points they'd given up all year. McGee, they gave up 20. Arkadelphia, they gave up 18 in that game. So, you know, they've been tested a lot more in the postseason than they were in the regular season. This is a really good Malvern offense.
I talked with the Malvern radio guys before the game, and they told me that after talking with Coach, they thought ball control was going to be the key for them. They want to just run it and run it and run it and run it, and just burn time off the clock, limit the number of possessions for Harding Academy. And what do we see? Second play, going deep, touchdown on the board. And, not much ball control right there. That was a quick 2-play drive that took all of 41 seconds off the clock. Harding Academy returns the kick outside the 30 to the 33-yard line. That's where they'll take over their second possession of the game.
And you also got to remember, Wes, on that last drive for Harding Academy, they started at the 41-yard line, so they had a shortened field to go. Malvern did a sky kick. That time you saw they went and they kicked it deep downfield. So now starting at the 33-yard line, we'll see how long it takes Harding Academy to get down the field and see if we have a bend but don't break defense out of Malvern this go-around.
Owen Miller in shotgun, all alone in the backfield. We saw a lot of short, quick passes from Miller until they got down to the goal line. That was Baker in formation, running across, and Mill goes down. The Leopards defense that time got some pressure and brought him down. They put a little pressure on him on the first drive, but they could not get the sack. That time Gunnels brings him down.
Well, Gunnels just beat his man. He was going up against Lou Allen, the right guard, that time, and he just beat him. Look right there. Just split the double team and then was able to get in there and get the sack. And, Owen Miller's like, where did he come from that time?
Miller rolling to the right. He's going to find a receiver open at the 15. He's got room to run. We got a chance to go. Kyler Hoover will take it the distance, 71 yards. And just like that, Harding Academy responds.
Yeah, both these teams said weather, rain. What? We don't care about that. They're going to run their offense. And, they're both teams electric here in the early going. I mean, we're only at the 6:18 mark in the first quarter.
Got a flag down at the 20-yard line. Officials are talking about it. The Harding Academy receivers, I see KAFT there, he was motioning it. That was against Malvern. So the celebration continues on the Harding Academy.
Personal foul, face mask, defense. That penalty will be enforced on the ensuing kickoff. The result of the play is a touchdown.
Must have been some of the blocking going on, and because there was no one chasing the receiver Hoover. He was wide open, so that 15 yards will be assessed on the kickoff. Not that Kyle Ferry needs any. We saw him almost put it into the stands. So I wonder what Harding Academy may want to do. We got a timeout. Oh, it's a timeout for the dreaded lightning delay.
Yeah, and I saw Tommy Kraft, who's our head official, come out and signal both teams. So both teams are going to head back to the locker room as Harding Academy leads at 9-7. They'll come out and kick the extra point, but we knew that there was going to be weather in the area. Didn't know how quickly it was going to get to us. But yeah, so now we've got to wait 30 minutes because they will. We've got people from the National Weather Service looking at the radar, but we have to wait a minimum of 30 minutes for anybody to get back onto the field. And once they give the all go, that's when we'll be able to do it. So that's unfortunate. Both teams had a lot of momentum right here in the first quarter.
We're back again at War Memorial Stadium. We're about to resume play, knock on wood. Where's some wood around here? Yeah. Take two for us.
Take three, really. I mean, if you think about it, I mean, golly, just when we thought we were going to come back and call the rest of this first quarter, this bolt of lightning comes, and you kind of I saw your eyes, and you were like, oh, no, oh, no. But both teams have made their way back onto the playing surface here at War Memorial. And, yes, you saw that right just a moment ago. 6:18 left in the first quarter, Wes.
Yeah, we had a quick first quarter. 3 drives. That's all we've had so far. Harding Academy got the opening kickoff. They marched down the field, a lot of short passes. It was very effective, and they got down to the goal line. And instead of throwing it, Owen Miller started handing it off to Heath Griffin, their fullback or their running back. And on third down, he was stopped by the Malvern defense right there at the goal line. They had to settle for a field goal. 2 plays, and Malvern scores. It was a beautiful pass from Cedric Simmons to Dante Cagle, 76 yards, and Malvern led 7-3. Then Harding Academy, after a sack, their next play, Owen Miller scrambling and finds Kyler Hoover, and Hoover catches it, turns up the sideline. Nobody's there, and he goes 71 yards. It was 9-7. They were lining up for the extra point, and that's when we had our first lightning delay. And it went on and on and on, and now it's been over 3 hours since our last bit of action. And here in a few minutes after the teams get through warming up, we'll have an extra point, and then we'll have a kickoff.
You know, I will say that we're about to go down to Madison, but I'm watching the guys on the field right now, Wes, and Harding Academy's kicker, Kyle Ferry, he's out there warming up right now, and he still has an extra point to kick, but he just lined up from the 50-yard line and kicked one through the uprights here at War in the rain. It's a driving rainstorm right now here at War Memorial.
Well, I got the stats on Ferry. His long for the season, 56-yard field goal. And he's the reason they're here, or one of the reasons why. He kicked a field goal with no time left to beat Arkadelphia last week. There you look at the good look at the Leopards, 11-2, led by J.D. Plumley. My question is, how do these teams get ready for this after a 3-hour delay? What's it been like in the locker room? What is this? How will this delay affect the teams? Madison Fitzpatrick is the third member of our crew. She's down on the sideline, and Madison got to speak with both of the coaches. What are they telling you, Madison?
Okay, well, hopefully this is the last time we're going to have to do this, but Coach Neil Evans says his team's going to come out hot. They're going to focus really hard in warm-ups. And Coach J.D. Plumley says it is what it is. He told his guys, hey, this is out of our control. It's just going to be how we react to this situation, even though it's not our control. But he says they're coming in just very calm, very relaxed, and just going to take it play by play.
And that was one of the keys for me, thank you, Madison, that this is going to be a long game. We kicked off at 12. We have a 3-hour delay, and this game now is just in the first quarter. Halfway through the first quarter, we're looking at another probably 2.5 hours. It will be, what time is it right now? I have no clue what time it is. 3:50. So this game probably won't be over with until close to, well, after 6 o'clock. So that's 6 hours that these guys have been in pads, not playing, but, you know, still trying to stay mentally sharp and focused for that long of a time.
If you think that's bad, think about Boonville and Charleston that are sitting out in the bus or on the way here that have just been kind of waiting because their game is supposed to kick off at 6:30. So either way, hey, you know what? The priority right now is get this game in, and it looks like we're going to attempt the extra point right now.
After a 3-hour and 28-minute delay, Kyle Ferry is on for the extra point to see if he can give Harding Academy a 3-point lead. There's a snap, the hold, the kick. It is up and good, and we're back. We've got action, and Harding Academy takes a 10-7 lead here in the first quarter of the 4A state championship game.
Yeah, Kyle Ferry acted like, delay? What delay? I'm going to get out here and just hammer this extra point through. And Wes, now, you know, the momentum, we left the game with momentum on Harding Academy's side, and, you know, Malvern was going back toe-to-toe. You just wonder, kind of to your point of just sitting around, where does that momentum lie right now? Who is feeling the best right now? I talked about prior to this game going that if you're in that Malvern locker room, it's a much smaller locker room than what Harding Academy has. Harding Academy's usually, they're in that Razorback locker room here at War Memorial Stadium, and so you know, so that's why it's a little bit different as far as team psyche. You got to condense spaces a little bit.
And if you're just joining us, there was a personal foul penalty on the last play, on the touchdown play. That's why the kickoff is at the 45. It's not a new rule or anything. But I wondered if they might try an onside kick there, but instead they let Ferry kick it into the stands. I think he made the field goal. Did it go through the goalpost?
Yeah, I believe it did. I tell you, he's got a huge leg, and we talked about prior to he's going to Mississippi State, and you know, he's got family that are Bulldog fans, and so he'll be headed to Mississippi State to play his college career, and he's got a big time leg.
So Malvern is on to start their second drive of the game. They've only run 2 plays. The first play was a run by Cedric Simmons for 4 yards, and then he threw a 76-yard touchdown run. So Malvern starting their second possession, trailing 10-7. And Simmons keeps it. He's got a huge hole. He's got a first down and much more. Simmons out to the 39-yard line. That's a gain of 19 on first down.
Well, Cedric Simmons can do it all. He can run it. He can throw it. And really on the ground, he is an electric player. He reads the defense really, really well. And you saw right there, just went off that right edge, was able to hit the hole.
Simmons with over 1,000 yards rushing this season, 20 touchdowns on the ground. And Then his running back mate, Jalen Dupree, he's rushed for over 2,500 yards this season. That is going to be Simmons again. He keeps it over that right side. Very similar play. This time Harding Academy tackles him after a 10-yard gain. They're moving the chains. First down, Malvern.
Well, Simmons is a guy that we talked about earlier, 4-year starter, has over 3,000 yards rushing for his career, almost a 7,000-yard passer. And so, there's going to be some colleges looking at him, wanting him to come play for them next year.
1st and 10. Ball at the 49. Simmons has Dupree next to him. Simmons will keep it again. Same exact play. If they can't stop it, keep running with it. And Simmons is going to take it to the house. Hands in the air. Touchdown, Malvern, 51 yards. Bam, bam, bam. Touchdowns flying all around the field.
That was the third. I mean, they ran the same play 3 times in a row or something very similar. And Harding Academy just could not get a man over to that right side of the offense. And it was just a wide open lane for him to run through.
I love it when an offensive coordinator's it's just like, look, if they can't stop it, why not run the same play?
Yeah.
Just keep doing it over and over. Makes sense. Martinez on for the extra point. Kick is up, and it is good. And Malvern with a 14-10 lead. So the only difference in this game so far is the goal line stand by Malvern's defense to hold Harding Academy to a field goal. Each team has had the ball twice, and Harding Academy had to settle for a field goal after driving all the way to the 1-yard line.
You know, the differences in these two programs, Wes, Harding Academy, they're no stranger to the state championship game. As for Malvern, though, they've only been to the state title game twice. They won it in '93. They were here in 2011, and this is a team that they've struggled over the years, but they've gotten, since J.D. Plumley got there, they have gotten better and better and better. And this team is believing right now that this is their year, and they're not afraid of a team in Harding Academy that's been here, done that, and they've had a really good season.
Malvern can score some points. They put up 56 last week against Nashville in the semifinals, and they've got 14 in half a quarter. High kick fielded by Harding Academy at the 18, and they're going to hit the sideline. Nice little return for Hoover. Hoover's already got a touchdown on the night, or the day. It is day technically, although it feels like we've been here so long, it's close to midnight, and it's only 3 o'clock, right? Kyler Hoover with the return, and Harding Academy will take over. 1st and 10 with the ball at the 32-yard line.
Well, now, we've seen Harding Academy run it. We've seen them throw it. The rain is still coming down pretty heavily, so I'd like to see if they stick with the running game or stick with the passing game or mix in more of the running game.
Owen Miller, he's got 4 wide receivers. He's going to hand it off to his running back, Heath Griffin, and nothing there. Malvern's defense throws him down for a 2-yard loss.
And that time, that defensive line just collapsed to that right side. That defensive line for Malvern doesn't get enough credit. They have been really, really good this year. And you just see right there, just for Malvern, big number 67, Leonard Leach, the senior, came in to make the stop.
2nd down and 12. Miller, he's got 4 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Empty backfield. Changing the play. Malvern's trying to communicate on defense. Miller gets the play off. Little pressure. Quick little wide receiver screen. They had something set up, but just a drop. And you can see that wet ball. You see it's raining. You got to bring it in. And Galliard could not bring in the catch. He's already had a couple of catches on this game on the first drive. Yeah, he had just 1 catch for 7 yards on the first drive about 4 hours ago.
And I don't even think that was because of the weather and having a wet ball, wet hands. He just turned up field before the ball got to him.
3rd and 12. Chance for Malvern's defense to get off the field. Miller under pressure. He escapes. Rushes to his right. He's got a receiver at the sideline. Caught at the 50 to the 49. Landon Koch. That's helping your quarterback out.
Well, once you see the replay on this, great job by Owen Miller, because he was going straight head-to-head with the defensive lineman that time, and he gave a little juke move to the right and was able to get out of it and make the pass downfield. That was really all on Owen Miller.
Miller hands it off to Isaac Baker in motion. Baker almost to the first down. He fumbles, ball's out. Yes, they're calling it a fumble, and Malvern has it. Big turnover for the Leopards.
Well, once again, I'm not saying this is a crutch, but the weather's going to do all kinds of things. The weather on the field, the water on the field makes that ball a little bit more slick, and let's see if we can see the replay right here.
It was knocked out of his hands. That was a nice play from Forrest Landreth to knock it loose. Madison Fitzpatrick's down the sideline. Madison, how would you say the rain is right now compared to earlier?
Hey guys, sorry, my umbrella. I'd say it's about the same, but it's really having an impact, but not on the fans. Everyone's got their umbrellas and their rain jackets, and the Malvern fan base is getting really hyped down here. So the rain's definitely not stopping the fans, but it does have a serious impact on the play.
Simmons with the carry on first down. I think they ran the same play for the fourth time in a row. That time Harding Academy made a little bit of an adjustment, and they were able to make a tackle. Cole Griffin, the sophomore, you see him right there. It's only a gain of 2 on first down for Simmons. Simmons with Dupree to his right. He's going to hand it off this time, and he's got room to run. Dupree breaking free, and Dupree is gone. That's going to be a 57-yard run, and Malvern with back-to-back touchdowns takes a 20-10 lead.
Boy, the move he made when he got to the linebackers, he put a left foot in the ground and went right, and he was just off to the races. He was able to keep his balance, and that was a heck of a run that time by Dupree.
Martinez on for the extra point to give Malvern an 11-point lead. Good snap. But they're going to take off and running. Malvern gets a 2-point conversion. Dylon Carradine takes it in for 2.
Everything's working right for Malvern right now. And, kind of going back to, I was talking about those locker rooms and everybody jammed. I don't think it's not mattering too much right now for the Malvern Leopards, because this is the play of the run. Watch this. Boom. He gives a little shoulder shrug, cuts it to the outside for the touchdown. And let's go back to that extra points, because I believe that the holder Carradine did not get a good snap and a hold down, and so he just picked it up and ran away with it and was able to get a 2-point conversion.
I was watching the snap. I thought the snap was clean, and then the next thing I see him take off running. So we'll see if we can get a replay of that here in a few minutes. They're getting ready for kickoff. And they've shown us several different versions of the kickoff. We've had a sky kick. They tried it once where they kicked it deep, and then they had a little pooch kick that went about 15 yards. And that's what they're going to again. And immediately Harding Academy signals for the fair catch. They'll take over at the 32. Let's take a look at the extra point for Malvern that turned into a 2-point conversion and gives them a 22-10 lead. And I think the snap was good. I think when he went to put the ball on the tee, he lost control of it. And just a heads-up play for Dylon Carradine to go and take it in for 2. And you saw a little speed from him to beat everybody to the corner of the end zone.
Carradine is a guy he's caught 1,000 yards worth of passes this year, and he's a big-time player for this offense.
1st and 10, Harding Academy with the ball at the 32. They trail by 12 now after the first turnover of the game. Miller looking to throw. He's got a receiver right there in the middle of the field. And a broken tackle. Koch is still going. Koch across midfield. He's slung to the ground at the 47-yard line.
Koch, he's a big, his size, it makes him hard to bring down. But not only does he have size, but he's got a little bit of speed as well. And so when he was able to get to that outside, you give him 5 yards of space, and he's going to pick you up 10 yards.
Hoover and Koch, the leading receivers for Harding Academy. Hoover with over 1,000 yards receiving. Landon Koch with 957. He'll be over 1,000 here soon. Heath Griffin with it. He goes over the right side, picks up about 3 on the play. Looking at the updated stats for this game, and Koch now has 3 catches for 48 yards. That puts him over 1,000 for the season. So Harding Academy now with 2 receivers over 1,000 yards receiving on the season. 2nd and 8. They're going to hand it off, run it again. Griffin, not much. Malvern's defense 2 yards on the play.
That rush defense has been good all year, and they're showing why that defense has helped propel them to a state title game, and they're doing a real good job stopping the run right now.
Quick pass out to Coke. Coke catches it. Coke breaks the tackle. He's down the sideline. He picks up the first down. Slippery right there.
Well, great job making yourself small, get between two defenders, and splitting it to be able to pick up the extra yardage. He's a dynamic wide receiver.
That's twice now Harding Academy has been able to pick up a first down on 3rd and long. Malvern with the opportunity to get off the field, but just couldn't make the tackle. Griffin, the fake to him. Now Miller runs with it. He scrambles up the middle, still got room to run. Miller to the 10, to the 5, inside the 5. They'll mark him down right around the 5. Owen Miller can throw it. We've talked about how good of a passer he is, but look, he's rushed for 400 yards this season and 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, and you see right here just the drive. I mean, his legs never stopped moving, and he was trying to get everything he could to get down to the end zone, but inside the 5-yard line is not too bad for not even a designed run.
Miller tosses it to his receiver, and he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Harding Academy. They respond. Back and forth we go. Wyatt Simmons into the game. And there's just a little toss sweep to him. Follows his blocker, gets in for the score.
Yeah, Simmons, another big body, and you just see right here, you don't think that he's going to be the running back because he's not played much in the game, and he's able to get to that outside break a tackle and get in for a touchdown.
Ferry on for the extra point. Try to get within 5. First quarter action, and we've already got 38 points, looking for another, and it is up. It is good. So 22-17, Malvern leads Harding Academy for one of the longest quarters in football.
Yeah.
We've had a ton of points.
How about this, Wes? Both teams right now have 219 yards of total offense. Harding Academy's thrown for 160, Malvern 76. Rushing yards, Malvern's run it 143 yards to Harding Academy's 59.
Once again, I'll go back. The only difference in this game, goal line stand for Malvern that leads to 3 points, and now a 2-point conversion instead of an extra point. He picks it up, runs for the corner of the end zone, and we got a 5-point game. Well, I guess there has been one defensive stop because of Harding Academy's turnover.
Yeah, the one turnover that they had on the drive before this past one.
Ferry's kickoff is long and into the end zone, so that'll be a touchback.
Well, he has got a big leg. I know I've said it once, but you just don't see that at the high school level very often, and there's a reason why he's got offers to go to the FBS level.
Such a luxury for your special teams coach to know that he is going to get a touchback most of the time.
I'm looking through these numbers right now. Only one Leopard has caught a pass today, and that was Dante Cagle. He had that one reception for 76 yards earlier in the game. There's been 4 receivers for Harding Academy catch a ball today.
Simmons and Dupree ready to go back to work. Dupree with it. Dupree finds a nice little hole before he's brought down, taken down, and he'll pick up 5 on first down.
That's now 85 yards rushing for Jalen Dupree today on 4 carries.
Came into the game averaging 195 yards per game. 2,541 yards on the season, had 34 touchdowns. Of course, he has 1 touchdown today. So Dupree racking up the numbers along with Simmons. 2nd and 5. Give it back to Dupree. Dupree's going to get the first down. Runs over a defender, spinning tackle, picks up 10, move the chains.
I was down earlier and I stood next to Dupree. He doesn't look like a big kid on the TV screen right there, but he's every bit of 6'1", 6'2", and just, you saw right there where he just runs over a defender and he uses his size to do that.
He is a load to bring down. Last 30 seconds of the quarter, maybe the last play of the first quarter. 1st and 10, ball on the 35. Malvern taking their time on offense. Simmons is going to keep it. Simmons still moving his feet. He picks up 5. He picks up 6. I think that'll be the last play of the first quarter. Malvern 22, Harding Academy 17. We got this thing started at 12 o'clock or 12:10. 3 hour, 28-minute delay later, we are finishing the first quarter. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Football Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
Thanks, George. Appreciate it. At Big Red Stores, we're always proud to sponsor, support, and partner up with many events and activities throughout the community. Among them, high school championships throughout the state of Arkansas. At Big Red Stores, our team members are always ready to assist you to make your visit with us a pleasant one. And at Big Red Stores, we recognize that none of our support or ability to serve the community is possible without you. That's why at Big Red Stores, you're always the MVP of the Big Red team. Big Red Stores, now more convenient than ever.
Broadcast of this championship game is made possible by
the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Over 2,500 team members across 17 local electric distribution co-ops, powering homes, farms, and industries somewhere across Arkansas. We are the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Power and people.
Local broadcast of Arkansas PBS programming is made possible in part by Community Bakery. Scratch-made breads, pastries, cakes, treats, and locally roasted coffees. Served daily at 2 locations in Little Rock, 1200 Main and 270 Shackelford.
Bryce Corporation is a proud supporter of Arkansas PBS Sports, the Arkansas State High School Football Championships, and the Harding Academy Wildcats. Bryce Corporation specializes in film conversion and the production of flexible packaging. Their Arkansas facility is located at 450 South Benton in Searcy. For more information, visit brycecorp.com.
Break through the surface to explore the living, breathing ecosystem beneath the world in dirt. A new documentary about saving our soil. Watch now at myarpbs.org/dirt.
Simmons throwing deep, and he's got his receiver open. Malvern inside the 20. They'll mark him down at the 16-yard line. What a catch from Dante Cagle. And what a throw, honestly, from Simmons. Right on the money.
Well, that's another big-time catch for Cagle. You know, he had a 76-yarder earlier, and now he's just going to add to that. And he had to go down there at his kneecap to pick that one off and was able to get it now. Once again, Malvern in a great spot to try to get another score. Cagle's now got 2 receptions for 119 yards.
It's a pretty good day for 1 quarter and 1 play. Simmons with 1st and 10 at the 16. Simmons following a bunch of blockers. Harding Academy slides in there, makes a tackle, about a 2-yard gain. You saw them bring the house over there. They had guards pulling, running back, H-back in front of him. Simmons trying to follow those blockers. That may have been Dupree on the direct snap.
I thought it was it Dupree or was it Simmons? Either way.
Simmons there. He's got Dupree right behind him. Now Simmons moves. So, yeah, it's going straight to Dupree. May be a false start. Could be our first flag of the day. No, we had the personal foul.
It's the second one,
So, pretty clean first quarter.
Start, offense, 5-yard penalty is still second down.
It only took 4 hours to get the second penalty, so it's not that bad.
Yeah, 3 hours and 58 minutes is the official length of the first quarter.
Yeah. By the way, for those that are watching, just got an update that the 3A game will kick off at 8:40 tonight. So this from the AAA that the 3A game between Boonville and Charleston will begin at 8:40 tonight.
Settle in. It's going to be a long day and a long night at War Memorial Stadium, but we got high school football. All right, 2nd and 13. Simmons looking to pass, has his receiver open into the end zone, touchdown Malvern. They strike again. That's Simmons to Dupree. Dupree out of the backfield, and he brings it in. That's his 5th receiving touchdown of the season. And I tell you what, Simmons put it right on the money. Just a little wheel route out of the backfield for Dupree. Leads him in stride, touchdown Malvern, and this offense is clicking right now.
Yeah, they really are. And for Cedric Simmons, he's now 3 for 3 on the day, 138 yards and 2 scores.
Martinez, extra point is good. Malvern 29. Harding Academy 17. Look at this replay. the dime, in stride, touchdown Malvern.
Yeah, that is a great job. And look, I mean, we knew both these teams had really good offenses coming in. You just wondered how good they were, and with the weather being what it is, but the weather's not affected either one of these guys.
We've talked a lot about Simmons, but Madison Fitzpatrick is down on the sideline, and Jalen Dupree is the guy that she was telling us about before the game. Jalen is Madison. He's been huge for him already in this game.
Oh, yeah. I mean, huge on the field, but his coach just talked about him off the field a lot as a person. He said every day before he goes to first period, he comes to the locker room and says hi to all the coaches. He never misses a day. He never complains. He says he's basically the face of the program that any team would be lucky to have.
Kickoff for Malvern. It's going to be a high, short kick. Not bad, though. Drives Harding Academy back to the 11-yard line. Following his blockers. Cuts it up the middle, and Isaac Baker returns it to about the 32-yard line.
Well, at this point, Wes, you just got to match scores, because Malvern has scored on every play, on every possession that they've had. Harding Academy scored on everyone but one, and that's why you see a deficit right now. So you're just matching score for score at this point.
Cedric Simmons, 3 for 3, 138 yards, 2 touchdowns. His quarterback rating is 706.4. I've never seen that.
I've never seen that, no.
All right. Well, Harding Academy looking to match. Miller looking to throw, scrambles to his right. He has a receiver, throws it. And the good play. I don't know if Hoover dropped it. Well, now there's a flag. So that DB got his hand in there a little early. I thought maybe knocked it away. It distracted Hoover enough to make it incomplete. Flag falls
Pass
on that Malvern sideline.
15 yards from the previous spot. That's enough for a first down.
You know it's got to be obvious when you throw a defensive penalty on that sideline, because everybody on that sideline is yelling, good play, good job.
Watch this right here. I mean, it was a wobbly throw, but, yeah, he just got a hand on him before the ball got to him.
Very good call.
That time the penalty was on Ramir Bennett, the linebacker.
1st and 10 for Harding Academy near midfield. Miller will hold up a little bit. We saw the first couple of drives fast pace. This time a little slower. They come out, make sure they have the play they want. Fake it to Griffin, pass it out. Quick pass, but it's dropped. Indy McGalliard could not bring it in.
And really, Carradine made a good play, because he was getting blocked out, but he just got a hand in there as he was getting blocked to the sidelines to really disrupt that play.
Umbrellas and ponchos still out as the rain falls. Miller looking across the middle. He's got a receiver. Breaks the tackle. That's Koch again. Koch inside the 30 to the 25. Harding Academy with another first down. Koch putting up some huge numbers in the first quarter and part of the second quarter.
Yeah, so far, he just before that drive, he had 61 yards of offense. You can give him another 20 right there after that nice pitch and catch. And Koch's had, much like Dante Cagle from Malvern, Koch is having himself a day as well.
Miller with a little toss sweep again. Still on his feet, running hard, out of bounds, inside the 10, down close to about the 7-yard line. And now all of a sudden, Harding Academy gets it rolling.
Well, and you're seeing that, you've got two physical teams, and that time Simmons was able just to run over a defender and just keep going. But I think the most impressive thing was how he walked the sidelines as he did it.
Good look at the replay. Simmons breaks one tackle there, sidesteps that one, runs through a third tackle, finally brought down. Simmons has given them a nice little breather for Griffin when he comes in.
Yeah.
2 productive plays. That's Griffin with it, up the middle, nothing. Falls forward, picks up a couple of yards.
And for Simmons, he's primarily a linebacker. That's his primary position. But to get him in here and to be able to run like he's done so far, I mean, he's carried it twice now for 22 yards and a touchdown.
I'd say that's pretty good production from a backup. 2nd and 6. Miller, he's going to keep it. He's got 2 blockers. He picks his way and just eases into the end zone. Great blocking from Harding Academy, and Miller, maybe the easiest touchdown that he scored this season. You got to give the blocking all the credit on that play.
Yeah, that was great. A great job by really the receivers. And if you look at that left tackle, boy, he just sealed off the edge. The receivers got some great blocks, and it was an easy touchdown.
You see Kaden Harris there. He's a sophomore. They could just call him Big. That's his nickname, Big. He goes out there, and he's ready to block somebody. There was nobody there.
Yeah.
Ferry's extra point is up. It is good. That brings us to the score. 29 for Malvern, 24 for Harding Academy. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Football Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
Coming up on the halftime show, one of the longest rivalries in Arkansas high school football.
This year's class of Arkansas PBS Student All-Stars.
And a look at when Arkansas students spoke to NASA astronauts in space.
It's all coming up on the halftime show. See you then.
Since 1999, we've been with you every step of the way. From your first savings account, to graduation, to your first home. Centennial Bank is here to walk with you into the future. Though we've grown, Arkansas is still our home. We're still local bankers invested in our communities, here to help you however we can. Thank you for being a part of our journey. We'll be here when you need us. Centennial Bank, member FDIC.
You've spent years exploring Arkansas with us. Did you know Arkansas PBS is also here to help you explore your financial options to be more prepared for the future? Almost 2/3 of Americans don't have a will in place. Your thoughtful planning of a will or trust can help protect you and your family. It can also help guide the future of public television in Arkansas. Explore your options. Request a free estate planning booklet from Arkansas PBS today.
Back at War Memorial Stadium, Harding Academy and Malvern, 29-24, Malvern leading it. Malvern 4 possessions, 4 touchdowns. Harding Academy with the touchdown drive gets them within 5. Heck of a game here at War Memorial Stadium. We had a long first quarter delay. It was lengthy, lightning delay, but finally the action is back. And I got to say, that long break did not affect the offenses. Maybe the defenses, but the offenses are clicking.
Yeah, no, they really are, Wes. And this has been an impressive performance by both these teams. Think about this. We're not even at halftime yet, and we've got 59 points so far scored in the first half.
The AAA may have to delay the start of the second game.
No, we're not starting until 8:40.
Well, with all this scoring, we may be here until 8:40.
Yeah, that's right.
Cedric Simmons and Jalen Dupree and company back out on the field. That's Simmons keeping it over the left side, following his blockers. And look at that. He picks up 6 yards before he was even hit. That pulling lineman, I'll get a number on him. Got to give him credit. Great job following his block.
It almost feels like we're playing 7-on-7 with the way that both these offenses are just moving the football.
Look, and Harding Academy's defense has been good. They've only given up 16 points per game on average. They give up 7 to DeWitt, 20 to McGee, and 28 to Arkadelphia, and they've already given up 35 in this game.
Yeah, you're exactly. And, I was just looking at total yards for both teams. We've had 582 yards of total offense.
Simmons wanting to pass. He's getting chased. He escapes, looking, throwing down the field. He's got a receiver, but short hops it, can't bring it in. Tough play right then for Simmons, running and trying to throw it full speed. That's a tough throw right there, and he just couldn't get enough on it to get the ball downfield. And so that'll bring up a third down. I wonder how many have they even had a third down
yet? Malvern's not had a third down. Harding Academy's 3 of 4.
Yeah, this is the first third down of the game for Malvern. How about that? They've scored 35 points, or 29 points, I'm sorry, and they haven't had a third down yet.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Third and about 4. Quick pass out, trying to get some blocking. They get it, and he's going to be close. It's going to be very close. The sideline official has his foot right on the 30. It's going to depend on the spot. That time was Cagle again, his third catch of the game. They're saying it's 4th down.
Yeah, he's just shy of that 30-yard line. If you're Malvern, go for. I mean, they've been able to run at will. You would think that they just say, let's go for it.
I think this is the call. I don't disagree with you. Look, this is a high-scoring game where stops, it's like arena football. When you get a defensive stop in arena football, that's huge.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, Malvern got a stop on defense because of the turnover. The play clock's down at 3. They're going to call a timeout and discuss this and make sure they're on the same page. But I fully expect Malvern to go for this here.
Yeah, no, and I would agree. And, go back to letting Simmons run the football and be able to pick up the half yard that you need. Hey, I want to remind you that photos are available of today's game. Arkansas PBS has the perfect keepsake for the game. You can download photos at myarpbs.org/photos.
Malvern has rushed the ball 11 times for 172 yards. So that's about, 17, 16 yards a carry?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would feel pretty comfortable going forward on fourth.
Well, not only
edges.
that, but Jalen Dupree running the football is averaging 13.6 yards per carry. Cedric Simmons is averaging 21 yards per carry.
So you're saying if it was 4th and 12, you'd still go for it, let them run it.
And just let them run it.
Here they come. I see the numbers 2 and 3 out there. That's Dupree and Simmons, so that tells me they're going to go for it. There's your center, Jack Bullhose, a junior. He'll be the one that snaps the ball to Simmons. Tight formation. We haven't seen a lot of this. They've been spreading Harding Academy out. Shotgun for Simmons. And timeout now for Harding Academy. This is a big play. I know it's just not even the halfway point of the second quarter, but you get a chance to get off the field. I thought Malvern may have blown an opportunity earlier when Harding Academy had 3rd and long, and they allowed the first down conversion. Well, in the very next play, Harding Academy fumbled, so they got the stop they needed. It just didn't happen on 3rd and long from Harding Academy's own, about 30-yard line.
Yeah.
So now this is another key play, a chance to get off the field, to get that quote-unquote turnover from Malvern, turn it over on downs. So I understand why both of these coaches have burned timeouts.
I think that if you're the defensive coordinator for Harding Academy, it's probably safe to say they're not going to, throw all your pass defenses out on this opportunity. And so now what are you going to do with your linebackers? You're going to cheat them up. And honestly, you would almost probably cheat them a little bit to the outside, because every running play that Malvern's had has been something off left or right tackle. So you almost want to cheat the safeties, cheat the corners in, and the linebackers, and just sell out to the run.
Tight formation. Simmons in shotgun. He stretches forward and jumps forward. That's the only way they got it. That was Jalen Dupree again, taking the direct snap, and he does a little Superman, stretches the ball out, and it crosses the 30 for the first down.
But, Harding Academy did a great job because they had a 4-man front, and then everybody scrunched in. They brought the linebackers in, and right there, you saw it for Harding Academy. That was Wyatt Simmons, who he cheated in right there on the edge. If he makes that stop when he comes upfield, it's a turnover on down.
Simmons did a great job. It's just Dupree did a better job at the athletic move, jumping over him and stretching out. Simmons with it. Simmons hitting the corner. That's Dupree again on the direct snap. I'm going to have to check these numbers. They're fooling me with the 2 and the 3, but Dupree's been taking some direct snaps for Simmons.
Well, this offense, it's almost as if they run the Wildcat almost every time, but sometimes they'll line Dupree up in front of Simmons. Sometimes Simmons will be in front of Dupree, and they almost equally work at the quarterback position. You can see right here, it's an awkward-looking formation with Simmons at the controls.
Simmons wanting to throw, quick pass out in the flat. It is caught and immediately tackled as Dylon Carradine. You're going to tackle him right around the 41-yard line. It's a pickup of 6.
That's a great job by Carradine to make the catch and hold on to it, because he was hit immediately, but he got right to the first down marker to be able to get the first down and keep this drive going.
He did pick up the first down there. They've moved the chains. Malvern taking their time. They like the clock running.
Yeah.
They want to shorten this game and keep Harding Academy's offense off the field. Look, they're up in this game. No need to get in a hurry. Simmons. Nope, it's Dupree again. Dupree over that left side. Harding Academy's defense doing a little better job on the run.
Well, and you can pretty much guarantee that if Dupree carries it out of that shotgun snap, he's going off left tackle or right tackle. There's nothing, you know, a lot of these offenses you'll see where he'll get it, hold it briefly, and go up the middle. Every single time they've run this, they've made the edge, and that's why he's been able to spring some big plays so far.
One of the few plays where Malvern hasn't had success picking up multiple yards. Nothing there. 2nd and 10. So Simmons fakes the handoff. He's going to keep it. He goes off that left side. Not much there. He broke a tackle, but still was brought down. That Dupree again.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, they actually they had Simmons in at quarterback, and they moved into the wide receiver or the running back position. They faked the handoff to him.
3rd and 8. Malvern taking their time, letting that clock run. See Simmons there in the middle of your screen. And Dupree to his right. You can see how much bigger Dupree is than Simmons right there. Simmons looking. Quick pass out. It's low, but it's caught. It's not going to be enough for a first down. They're going to mark him at the 46, so that'll bring up 4th and 5. They got to get the ball across the 50 to the 49. So still 4th and 5 to go. Another catch by Dante Cagle.
I mean, Wes, this might sound crazy, but they've still been able to move the football, and now they're going to bring the punting unit on. But you knew for a brief moment, J.D. Plumlee was thinking about going for it.
I got to say, I think it's the right call because Harding Academy on this drive has done a lot better job at stopping the run. They've the defense tightened up. They did their job, forced the 4th and 5. So I see this as a good call. There's a snap, punt. Nobody back for Harding Academy. They're just going to let this bounce and let Malvern down it inside the 20, right at the 20. Did a little backspin. So Harding Academy will take over at their own 20 with 3 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the second quarter. And now the Wildcats have a chance to take the lead.
So I'm looking out into the lights, Wes. It looks like the rain is pretty much it's almost a mist right now here at War Memorial. And, you know, that only helps your passing game a little bit if it's not raining.
Well, we can go to the sideline and find out. Madison Fitzpatrick is braving the conditions down there. Is it still raining?
It's still raining, but barely. So I would hope in 30 minutes maybe it stopped completely.
Miller, quick pass out to Hoover. Hoover with some blocking. Hoover to the sideline. Hoover still going. One man to beat. Hoover to the 40. Hoover is going to go. Touchdown, Harding Academy, one play. That one goes 80 yards.
Wow. I mean, the blocking, we'll have to see it on the replay, but that's, you know, if you want to lead a school on how to follow your blocks, that was it right there. He just followed his blocks, cut it back in, and then just outran people.
Another big play in this 4A state championship game. Hoover sucked the defense in. See what I did there? And then bounced it outside and makes the last man miss and takes off. Hoover with over 1,000 yards receiving this season. And Harding Academy's offense still out on the field. They lead by 1, so a 2-point conversion would give them a 3-point lead. That's why they're going for it here. Miller and Griffin in the backfield. I think they're going to call a timeout. They are.
I mean, that was an 80-yard play from Owen Miller to Kyler Hoover. Kyler Hoover, 4 receptions, 164 yards, and 2 touchdowns today.
With the numbers we're putting up, whoever wins this game and whoever is going to be elected or selected as the MVP is going to be a tight competition.
I mean, go back to look at this play right here. I mean, this play normally only gets you 5, 6, 7 yards, right? It's not designed to go 80. And Hoover just made it look easy.
Tell you, he's got deceiving speed too, because I thought the safety had the angle for him and was going to tackle him after a nice, 25, 30-yard gain. The safety took a bad angle because of Hoover's speed, and he just got past the last line of defense. Gone. 80 yards. So is that the 4th big play, chunk play in this game for a touchdown?
Yeah, it really is. And, I mean, I was looking for, as a team, right, average yards per completion right now for Harding Academy is 24.4. For Malvern, it's 25. Average yards per rush for Malvern, it's 12, and for Harding Academy, it's 4.9.
Miller rolling to his left. Miller little pressure, throws it back, and completes the pass for the 2-point conversion. Harding Academy increases their lead to 32-29.
Owen Miller, he's out there playing Madden right now. It's just, you know how when you're playing Madden, you just kind of run around, try to find a receiver and make a play. That's what he's doing. He's a gamer and just found a guy and right in the middle of the end zone.
A good look at Hoover as they come off the field. Big drive for Kyler Hoover. You see Miller here on the replay. Just waiting, looking, and throws it back against the grain and finds Hoover. So Hoover gets 8 points on that possession in 2 plays. Ferry on to kick. So far, he's perfect. Touchbacks.
By the way, at this rate, we've got 3:26 to play in the second. We can still get a couple more scores in, right?
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. At the rate they're scoring, it wouldn't surprise me if we had 2 more scores. Harding Academy runs a late player onto the field. They were out there with 10. I don't think it matters with Ferry kicking.
Yeah,
you could go out there with 2.
Yeah,
or 1, really. Just let him kick it.
Yeah, I mean, just stand out there. Let him kick it to the end zone. So now what's going to be interesting, though, is if you're Malvern, so you've had 1 drive that didn't go for a score, and now you got to get back on the ball after now Harding Academy's come back and got back on the lead. So, and one thing that they've not done, Wes, is they've allowed for Dupree to run it, out of that Wildcat offense that they run, but they've not let Simmons run. They've been letting Dupree go, and so let's see if they go back to allowing Simmons to run a little bit.
Simmons in the shotgun. He hands it off to Dupree. Dupree couldn't get quite to the 25, picks up 4 on the play. That time they tested the middle. We've been seeing them test off that left end, off the right end, and that time they went right up the middle. And they may have seen an adjustment. The Harding Academy moved their linebackers out a little bit, maybe widened their splits on the defensive line, and it took away the outside. So Malvern, with the adjustment, tries to run up the middle. Simmons hands it to Dupree. I think he wants to throw it. He does. He throws it. It's complete. Oh, it's knocked down at the last second. What a great play. Was that Simmons? So it was Dupree. Yeah, Dupree took it, handed it off to Simmons, and Alex Jones knocks it down.
Yeah, that was a great play by Alex Jones, because if Carradine catches that, that's a touchdown. You see the replay.
Great angle.
Yeah, and really Jones didn't even touch it. It went off the back shoulder that time, and I said it was Carradine. That was actually Dante Cagle. It just went off his back shoulder, and he lost the handle on it.
3rd and 6, so Harding Academy has a chance to get back-to-back stops. Direct snap, throw, cross the 30. It's completed, still on his feet, thrown down finally at the 31-yard line, but that's enough to move the chains. Nice throw and catch that time. Dylon Carradine gets the first down.
Yeah, Carradine he's been a big-time player today. He got that 2-point conversion earlier, and you haven't seen him a lot offensively. He's a guy that came into this ball game with 1,000 receiving yards and hasn't really done a lot offensively so far. It's really been Dante Cagle in the receiving department.
See that formation. You just really don't know who's going to get it. Now, Dupree moves out of the way, and they toss it to Dupree. Dupree to the sideline, knocked out of bounds. It's close, but they're not going to throw a flag. I was watching there. There was a lot of people on that Malvern sideline, I'm sure, wanting to get a flag there. The player's like, hey, he was still in bounds when I hit him. So they're going to give him 2 on the first down run.
693 yards of total offense here with 2:13 left in the second quarter.
Malvern running out of bounds. It stops the clock at 2:13 to go in the first half. I think Malvern would love to run the last 2 minutes and 13 seconds off and score a touchdown to take the lead at the half. Simmons with it, looking. Now he's going to take off and run. Now he's got a receiver. Goes deep down the field. He's got the receiver. A flag is down. It's not going to matter because Dylon Carradine scores.
That was a heck of a catch by Carradine. He just stayed with it. He had a guy hanging on him, was able to make the catch and take it in the end zone for the touchdown. So that's one of the 2 big plays that we talked about before the end of the half.
Yeah, 2 minutes, 2 seconds to go. Plenty of time for another score. The kicking unit comes down the field. They're going to get ready to kick the extra point. Tommy Kraft, our head official talking it over, but we're going to have pass interference, and they'll decline.
Result of the play is a touchdown. Pass interference, defense. 15 yards will be enforced from the kickoff.
Martinez on for the extra point. Snap. It's high, but it's down. Martinez kicks it up. It is good. So Malvern takes a 36-32 lead. That increases it to 4.
I mean, back and forth we go, Wes, and look at this play. Steps up in the pocket, makes a throw downfield, and you think, oh, he's not going to catch this. He's got a guy hanging on him. Nope, he catches it, and then he's off to the races. Just, man, if this is what the first half with a 3-hour rain delay looks like, can you imagine what them going in for 15 minutes at halftime and coming out for a second half looks like?
Yeah, the question is, did it affect the defense more?
Yeah.
The delay, although they were doing this before the delay.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, Harding Academy marched down and was stopped at the goal line, kicked a field goal. Then Harding Academy Malvern scored 2 plays later. Then Harding Academy scored 2 plays later. So we've seen this the entire game before the delay, after delay. The offenses are rolling 68 combined points in the first half.
And, you were talking just a minute ago about Cedric Simmons' QB rating. It's dropped a little bit. It's now down to 367.2.
Yeah, he had an incomplete pass.
But
he's 8 of 10 now.
Well, and here's the thing. Owen Miller's, his rating is 308.6.
He's 11 of 13. The quarterback's putting on a show. Martinez kicks it into the end zone. So Harding Academy will take over 1st and 10 at the 20.
By the way, so, you and I have talked about a bunch so far about Harding Academy's Wyatt Simmons. That is the son of Paul Simmons, who's the Harding head coach. Had that texted in a little bit ago. And also just got a text from a buddy of mine, Keith Brooks, who says that, Kyle Ferry, his uncle Brent was a fullback at Harding Academy back in 1994. So a lot of lineages going on over here at Harding Academy.
Miller ready to go again. Wants some points before the half. Miller looking to pass. Now he scrambles, gets up in the pocket, and he's brought down. He'll pick up about a yard before the Malvern defense is able to corral him, keep him from escaping the pocket.
Well, that clock's going to continue to roll with 1:45 left here in the first half.
Miller quickly back to work. Looks to his left, completes it, and ball's out. Ball is out. Now they're going to say incomplete pass. It was close. That was Indy McGalliard. I think we'll see the replay on that one. But
I thought he made a football move back towards the middle of the field. And if that's the case, it would be a fumble. Now, we do have replay in these state championship games. I don't know if we'll get the replay in before the play.
Malvern could request one. Well, now they're going to slow it down. I thought Harding Academy was ready to run a play, but they're looking over at the sideline. They need to get this one right. It's 3rd and 9. Well, now we got a timeout, so we got a chance to review this.
Oh, we do. I don't know if they're going to do it on the field.
Yeah. We have a chance to review it.
And here it is right here. So they throw it to the bottom half of your screen, and he's got he never had control, it doesn't look like. I don't think he ever tucked it in by the time he got hit. He did make a football move, but he never had full control of the football. Maybe if we can roll it back one more time. I don't think that if the replay booth's looking at it, they're saying, well, he was able to really get a good call of it, or a good hold of it.
1:31 to go in the first half. Harding Academy received the opening kickoff, so Malvern will get the ball to start the second half.
So it's kind of crucial that Harding Academy score before halftime.
Malvern's thinking, hey, we got to stop here. We got 1:31. We may go get the score and then get the kickoff and score again. Big play here for Harding Academy. Miller with it. He's got time to throw. Now he's under pressure and just heaves it deep. Has a receiver there. Diving attempt is no good. That was Hoover trying to make a fantastic play on the ball, but could not get there.
Well, that was a great delayed rush by Malvern's linebackers as they watched him, they spotted him, and then took off. You can see right here. Boom. There's a delay. He makes it past, and that time for Malvern, it was Ramir Bennett who put the pressure on him to just make him throw it up. Now Harding Academy is going to punt.
Hoover almost made a fantastic catch. He
laid
really out,
did.
stretched out, got his hands on it, but when he hit the ground, the ball bounced out. Ferry, here's the kick, and it's a short one for Ferry, but gets a great hop, and it'll roll all the way to about the 32-yard line. Man, I was watching Ferry kick the ball, punt the ball before the game. He had some spiraling 55-yarders that just – it looked like somebody threw it the way it was spiraling through the air.
And they're trying to do a good job to keep these balls dry. But, ball's a little bit wet, and he may be a little bit – I never was a kicker, so I don't know if – I've just heard from other kickers that say sometimes when it gets slippery like that, it might be hard to kick.
Malvern will have a minute 13 here. See what they try to do. Simmons and Dupree in the backfield. That's Dupree this time. Dupree cuts it back right up the middle, runs over defender. He's going to be close to the first down. They're going to say he's short, so it's 2nd and 1. Clock is still ticking. Malvern gets up quickly. They're going to have to pick up the pace if they want to try to get a drive going. But with Malvern, heck, they're so explosive, they could score on any play. Dupree with it again. Direct snap. He goes up the middle, gets the first down. That'll stop the clock. Easy gain of 4. I mean, it didn't look like there was much there, but he picked up 4. That's a credit to the offensive line.
Well, and once again, he is such a big body that just by him leaning forward, he's going to pick up 2 yards. We saw earlier when he stretched out for the first down, he was able, just stretching out got him 2.5 yards.
We got a timeout. After the timeout, after moving the chains, they start the clock, and Malvern wasn't quite ready to get the play off, so their coaches called a timeout from the sideline. 1st and 10, ball on the 45. Just 25 seconds left in the first half.
Yeah, you're going to have to start throwing the football around just because right now Harding Academy is playing the run. They know at this point they know what they're doing, and Malvern's run for 199 yards so far here in the first half. So you're going to have to start slinging it around a little bit if you want to try to get to the end zone because you're still in your own territory. They've not even made it into Harding Academy territory to this point.
Malvern does have 1 timeout left. So, I mean, if you're thinking they're going to throw it, I'm sure Harding Academy's thinking they're going to throw it. So you still could try to bust one with Simmons or Dupree.
Yeah.
They've already shown they could take it to the house. They'll have the ball at the 45. 55 yards to go here. Simmons back into the formation. Dupree to his right. Simmons gets it. Fakes the handoff. He's throwing it to his receiver the right side. It was almost picked off. He was going for Carradine, but Carradine, they weren't on the same page.
Yeah.
That wasn't the route he was thinking.
Yeah, and once again, though, you knew Harding Academy knew that they were going to throw, and Malvern did that time, and so they backed their safeties off and played it, and it was just not a good throw that time.
Yeah, well, thankfully it wasn't a good throw for Malvern, or Harding Academy would have picked that off. Their safety was sitting there. You watch the linebackers getting depth. They can run it if they want to, and that's what they do. Dupree with it. Dupree right up the middle. Dupree to the 20, makes a cut to the 10, to the 5, into the end zone. Dupree, are you kidding me? They back the safeties up, back the linebackers up, and they hit them with Dupree up the middle. Another huge run for Jalen Dupree, and that's exactly what Malvern was wanting to get before the end of the half.
Another big play by Jalen Dupree, and with that, he's going to be close to 200 yards. He's at 191 yards rushing in the first half.
Well, I said he averaged 195 a game. He can just take the second half off. Extra point is up and good. Malvern increases their lead. 43-32. They're up 11 with 11 seconds to play. Dupree, there he is. Watch his cut. Bam. Defender slides on the wet turf. He's smelling the end zone. Another great cut, makes the defender miss, and then just out races the last defender to the pylon. And Dupree into the end zone again. Jalen Dupree, his second touchdown rushing. He's got one receiving, 3 touchdowns on the night. That one for 55 yards.
Boy, I mean, this has been a fun first half. Outside of the 4-hour lightning delay, it's been all good so far because you've got 75 yards of total points between the two teams here just in the first half.
Does the 75 points make up for the 3-hour delay? Are we good?
I don't know. I think I need some more.
You're still a little sour?
Yeah, I still need some more. And look, we're going to get that in the second half. I mean, I can't. If we have a defensive performance in the second half, I'll be shocked.
Hey, real quick, let everybody know as Harding Academy catches the calls for the fair catch, halftime has been adjusted due to the lengthy delay. Halftime will be 15 minutes and then an additional 3 minutes for them to warm up. I guess they figure, look, you've already gotten a long break. What do we need another one for? We don't want to be here all night. I agree with this move. 15-minute halftime plus 3 minutes to warm up, so it won't be your normal lengthy halftime. I guess they shaved off, 5 minutes? Normally it's a 20-minute halftime and a 3-minute warm-up period, so they're going to cut 5 minutes off of halftime, and we'll be back here for second half action. 11 seconds to go. They're just going to take a knee. Miller with the snap, the knee, and they're going to the locker room with Malvern up 11, 43-32. What a first half. We had a little bit of everything. Who knows what we'll have in the second half? You'll want to see it. Stick around. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Football Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Over 2,500 team members across 17 local electric distribution co-ops, powering homes, farms, and industries somewhere across Arkansas. We are the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Power and people.
Hey everybody, David Basil here. It is halftime at War Memorial. That means we are back here at Arkansas PBS Studios to share with you a little bit of what we've been working on. In a few minutes, Ed Leon is going to catch you up on the bigger picture, if you will, at Arkansas PBS. Ashley King is going to fill you in on some student athletes who are excelling on the field and, more importantly, in the classroom. And we're going to take a look at one of the biggest football rivalries in the state. But first, the Arkansas Sports Hall of Fame was established way back in 1958 to honor and memorialize outstanding individuals and to promote legacy and inspire younger generations. Take a look.
1958 was a year of change in America. The Hope Diamond was donated to the Smithsonian Museum. The microchip was invented. NASA was created by President Dwight D. Eisenhower. And in Arkansas, deep in the recesses of War Memorial Stadium, a group of prominent Little Rock businessmen founded the Arkansas Sports Hall of Fame. The original mission of the Hall of Fame was simple enough:
to recognize and induct individuals and teams that have brought honor to the state of Arkansas, and we do provide scholarships for student athletes.
It's a great place for young people to get inspired, to come here themselves and to walk through and to read these stories and think, someday that can be me.
We inducted our first class in 1959. We have over 500 inductees.
Basketball players, football players, baseball players, archery or in sharpshooting, trap shooting, runners, golfers,
horse racing, car racing.
It's a great cross-section of what sports is.
For more than 60 years, the Arkansas Sports Hall of Fame worked to honor those most accomplished athletes who call the natural state home.
Arkansas Sports Hall of Fame selection process is simple but a little complicated. You can go online and nominate your favorite sports hero.
That person goes into a master database. Selection committee comes up with those 50 people on the voting list for each category. That is mailed out to the dues-paying members. You pick your top 5. Those come back. The top 2 vote getters in the regular category automatically get in. The top vote getter from the senior category automatically gets in.
And then the board votes on the remaining inductees.
And then you wait for a call.
When you get the call, it's a big deal.
You know, when I was inducted to the Arkansas Sports Hall of Fame, or however, when I received the call, I feel like I've reached something.
Being from a small town, rural area, which Arkansas is a lot of that way, and when you get picked for something this prestigious, it has a huge impact on your life.
It seemed to me it was the cap of my athletic career.
It just seemed like all the hard work has paid off for me.
All the people you meet, all the connections you make.
They welcome you. It was remarkable to me the night that I came to be inducted, because the former inductees, they want you to feel like, hey, you're part of us now.
Clearly, sports in Arkansas isn't all fun and games.
Sports is a common ground that brings everybody together, and we compete. We want to see a good battle, but we want to shake hands afterwards, and there's a mutual respect for everyone that played.
Athletics teaches you discipline, it teaches you teamwork, it prepares you for life. It got me a full scholarship at the University of Central Arkansas.
Eventually, the Hall of Fame had grown to need a new home, and by early 2007, construction was complete on the almost 14,000 square foot Arkansas Sports Hall of Fame Museum, located in what is now Simmons Bank Arena in North Little Rock.
All the communities in the state have an opportunity to make sure their heroes are remembered, and they do that. You walk through this Hall of Fame, see a helmet from some small community hero, a smaller college maybe than the Razorbacks are.
Jerseys, pictures, statistics, all kinds of memorabilia.
Like a picture of Scottie Pippen standing next to a polar bear for some reason.
It's just like creating the milestones of the people who started and who laid the foundation.
Their favorite thing is always the Bears back there in the car, the Mark Martin car, but they actually get to see how sports in Arkansas started.
Everybody, as they were growing up, had their favorite sports heroes. We preserve those sports heroes for the different generations.
They can look there and say, wow, this person overcame this. They came from maybe an impoverished background, or maybe a beginning that wasn't necessarily headed towards sports but ended up there someday. We have a great sports legacy here. It's a great representation of what this state is about. Hardworking people who endured, who achieved, and so to have that legacy as in a permanent place here, I hope people embrace that and hope they come here and enjoy it.
Look at the Arkansas Sports Hall of Fame as motivation and say, hey, one day that's going to be me.
Now you know the history. You can be a part of the future of the Arkansas Sports Hall of Fame.
Let's turn now to the student athlete with emphasis on the student part. Ashley, what do you have for us?
Thanks, David. We talked to schools across the state of Arkansas to find out about those athletes that not only excel on the field, but in the classroom too. Here's the Arkansas PBS Student All-Stars Class of 2022. We're going to start with our 8-man honoree, Jackson Martin. Jackson is a senior quarterback for the Woodline High School Bears. He has a 3.5 grade point average. He plans to attend college and become a coach or study to be a real estate agent. Out of 2A, let's meet Luke King. Luke is a senior quarterback and linebacker for the Hazen High School Hornets. He maintains a 4.0 grade point average and wants to play college football and ultimately become a dentist. Moving on to 3A, here's Sawyer Hoskins with the Malvern High School Bearcats. This senior offensive and defensive linebacker is a 4-year starter who holds a 4.2 GPA. He also scored an amazing 33 on the ACT exam. He plans to become a pharmacist. Our 4A All-Star this year is Jalen Dupree. Jalen is a junior running back and linebacker for the Malvern High School Leopards. He has a 3.5 grade point average. Following high school, Jalen plans to play college football and major in physical therapy. Coming around to 5A, we have Tavion Haney of the Parkview High School Patriots. Tavion is a senior cornerback and has a 3.5 grade point average. He has received the Outstanding Academic Excellence Award and has won all conference and all state honors. He plans to continue playing football while seeking a degree in engineering or learning a trade. The 6A representative this season is Hayden Webb. The senior offensive lineman for the Greenwood High School Bulldogs maintains a 4.0 GPA and scored a perfect 36 on the ACT exam. He plans to attend the University of Arkansas at Fayetteville after graduation. And finally, we wrap up with our 7A All-Star, Abe Owen. Abe is the senior quarterback for the Cabot High School Panthers. He has a 4.0 GPA. After high school, he plans to go to college and medical school to become an orthopedic surgeon. Congratulations to this year's honorees. Way to go. You know, we may see some of these faces again in April here on Arkansas PBS for Quiz Bowl. Now, if you haven't seen Quiz Bowl, you'll want to make a note to watch this year. Some of the smartest high school students in the state meet up right here in this studio and square off not only for bragging rights, but for some pretty big checks too. and it's all live right here on Arkansas PBS. Speaking of what is on Arkansas PBS, if you're not a regular viewer, here is Ed Leon to tell you what you've been missing.
Thanks, Ashley. Hey, we don't want you to miss a thing here on Arkansas PBS because we're doing a lot. From these sports broadcasts that we do every year to the recent statewide political debates to Arkansas stories made just for you, we have something for everyone. And of course, our foundation here is education.
Now this is where the magic happens.
Arkansas PBS was made for educational television. We want to make learning interesting and fun. It's our mission to build lifelong learners. And part of that is keeping you well informed with our current affairs programming.
For almost 4 decades, Arkansas Week's been keeping you informed of the news and issues that matter most.
I'm Christina Munoz for Arkansas Week. How huge is agriculture/farming here in the state of Arkansas?
The stress farmers and ranchers face every day can be overwhelming. But these resources are for all of our Arkansas farmers.
Election day just around the corner, and everyone agrees there's a lot at stake. It's analysis and insight on the races you care about.
That's just our effort to make sure that testing continues to be available in Arkansas.
Veterans in Arkansas, we got you.
Your well-being is worth fighting for.
Everybody made that sacrifice to make sure I was going to be all right. So my biggest thing is to accept help.
We're building lives, we're building community.
Keeping you informed and engaged, that is public media. And that is what the dedicated people in this building work to do every day. All right, now, we can't go on without giving you a sneak peek at some upcoming productions. Watch this.
He's an important person in U.S. history, and so to do the sculpture, it puts a lot on your shoulders as an artist, that you capture the spirit of this amazing individual.
I was 43, and my mother just making sure that everything was right.
We're all hanging out, we're all cooking turkeys. We get an opportunity to help a family have a good Thanksgiving.
Get it to Williams, throws it down!
I mean, she just stepped up and nailed the biggest shot right there.
He rattles it home! With the right hand, tie ball game.
When you gonna wake up? Y'all gonna wake up when the season over?
That's swung on, lifted high to right field. He's going back to the warning track. It's out of here!
I would have never known the things I know now without that program. It really helped me advance my opportunity to this career field.
There is something for everybody here on Arkansas PBS. It is our mission to ensure that, and we want you to join our community. Scan that QR code on your screen if you're enjoying these championship games, if you appreciated the amount of time we dedicated to our debate week coverage before the elections, if Arkansas stories are important to you, then sign up and join us. Become a part of the team. That QR code will tell you how to do it, and you'll see it pop up throughout these championship games. All right, I think we've got time for one more Arkansas story, right, Baz?
Yes, we do, Ed. Rivalries in Arkansas. We've got some good ones. One of the biggest pits two close-knit communities in central Arkansas against each other. The game got so big, they had to move it to War Memorial Stadium. Here's a look at the Salt Bowl.
If you've never been around it, it's kind of hard to explain and hard to understand.
Biggest rivalry in the state of Arkansas.
The two communities are close together.
You don't know when you leave one and enter the other.
You go to the right, you're Benton. You go to the left, you're Bryant.
The district line's convoluted, to say the least.
Coming down the interstate, you really can't tell which one's Benton and Bryant.
It is 6:34. We are here at Big Red. Here is our annual Salt Bowl show. We're in Bryant proper, right? We're we were been proper. Is that right?
A lot of these athletes go to the same churches, they go to the same stores, they eat out at the same places.
So many families who grew up in Benton, who went to Benton, whose kids went to Bryant, vice versa. The rivalry between the two, and I think it's because they are so close.
I always talk trash. My name is Lorelai, and I go to Benton School, but my mom went to Bryant schools.
I'm a sophomore at Benton High School, but my mom was a Bryant cheerleader.
So obviously I'm partial to Bryant blue, and the girls are a little more partial to their Panther maroon. I mean, I like to think that this looks a little better, but
Okay.
yeah, we are a true house divided.
I say, like, y'all are gonna lose at the salt bowl. Even though you were on the cheer team, that doesn't mean you need to root for them because they can still be bad and stuff.
Give me the first year Benton and Bryant played. Boom. Let's hear it. He knows. That's a good guess. It was 1970. Roger? Four. Wow. 1974.
It's the C.W. Lewis Stadium, where many games between the Benton Panthers and Bryant Hornets, beginning in 1974, were played, and really where the Salt Bowl began, the 1999 game when you had over 12,000 people, and then also up on top of this building. There were people standing as far as you could see. I was just dumbfounded. I remember Mayor Farmer, then Coach Farmer, saying something to me. He's like, you know, we probably need to think about doing something different.
And we started talking about what could we do to make the game bigger and better.
We've now reached the point that both schools have outgrown the ability to play this game in our own stadiums. We've got to look at doing something different, and why not go, War Memorial Stadium. Quickly became more than just a football game. Started a Salt Bowl t-shirt. That's what started the hot dogs that we gave away for free to attract people to come to the game. That eventually led to big Arkansas's largest high school tailgate party, as we call it. The one thing I think I'm the most proud of is we also wanted it to give back to our community. We've had charity partners, the Arkansas Food Bank, we've always done a blood drive, and we've had partnerships with the Cancer Society or a Goodwill. And so it's always been more than just a game.
People were out there, they got their maroon on, they got their blue on, one big family, because it's about family. That's what community is about, is a family. And they're having a great time. But buddy, when you walk through that gate and you take your side, whether it be the Bryant Hornet side or whether it be the Benton Panthers side, it's all over because it's war. When that whistle blows at 7 o'clock and that kickoff's given, it's war, and everyone's pulling for their team and yelling and screaming, and it's just fully spirited and having a great time. But you know what? Once the game's over, people intermingle again in the parking lot and a family again.
Oh yeah, we love a good rivalry. What do you guys think?
Oh, there is nothing like the energy of a rivalry game.
And the best part about a rivalry, there's always next year.
That's right. It was my favorite part of playing football, especially when we won.
Oh, yeah.
Now, if you at home want to see your school's rivalry featured, hit us up on social, use the hashtag ARPBSRival, and maybe we'll be in your town next. Well, that's it for us on the Halftime Show.
Now let's get back to War Memorial Stadium for the second half.
Right here on your home for the high school football state finals, Arkansas PBS.
The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Over 2,500 team members across 17 local electric distribution co-ops, powering homes, farms, and industries somewhere across Arkansas. We are the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Power and people.
What do they got under the tarp over there? What's that deal? What's that contraption? Is that the... Back at War Memorial Stadium, just watching the rain fall.
Trying to figure out what's under the tarp on the sideline.
Harding Academy's got a nice little tent built up over there. Maybe that's where they got the TV and the offense goes or defense goes and watches some of the replays, figures out what's going on. I'll tell you what's going on. It's a lot of offense, and we're on pace to shatter some state championship records. 43-32, Malvern leads at the half. 75 total points in the first half.
Now think about this, Wes. In 2020, Harding Academy beat McGee 71-44 to set the all-time record in total points between two teams. That's at 115, right? So that was in 2020. For total yards, that number's at 1301 for the record. Now, right now we're at 836. So we did 836 in one half. We could blow that record out the gates, and then number of points by one team was set in 1949, in which Stuttgart scored 73 points in a single championship game. So there's a lot of records that could go down in this one.
Malvern on pace to score 86. I don't know if these offenses can keep up with it, but the two teams have already scored 75 points, so that's on pace for 150 in the game. And then, as you mentioned, the yards in the game, they're on pace for 1,672 yards.
You're not going to have much of a voice if we get to scoring 85 points in a game.
We had 10 touchdowns in the first half. 10 touchdowns in the first half. 7 of those touchdowns were for 50 yards or more. Dante Cagle, a 76-yard reception. Kyler Hoover, 71-yard reception. Cedric Simmons, 51-yard touchdown run. Jalen Dupree, 57-yard touchdown run. Kyler Hoover, 80-yard pass reception for a touchdown. Dylon Carradine, 67-yard touchdown reception for a touchdown reception. Jalen Dupree, right before the end of the half, a 55-yard touchdown run. That's just 7 of the game scoring plays for these two teams. The kickoff from Kyler Ferry goes into the end zone. Once again, he has consistently booted it through the end zone, or into the end zone. So Kyle Ferry knocks that one through, and it'll be 1st and 10 from the 20 for Malvern, as their duo, fantastic, dynamic duo of Cedric Simmons and Jalen Dupree go back to work.
I just got a message from a buddy. His name's Troy Mars, who he runs the chain gang over at Harding Academy. He always says, when Kyle gets out to kick, Kyle's talking about the Harding Academy kicker, when he gets out to kick, he said, we don't even walk down. He said, we just automatically walk to the 20 because we always know it's going to be a touchback.
Well, Malvern has to call a timeout. We'll have to see if this comes into play. Something obviously wrong with the way they lined up, and they're going to take a timeout on the first before they even run a play. See the coaching staff in the huddle talking with the guys, trying to get everything straight, and that's not the way you want to start, but it's better than a penalty to start the opening drive of the second half. So they're going to get everybody on the same page, let them know, guys, we got 2 more quarters to play. We haven't done anything yet. All we're doing is leading by 11.
Now, Malvern's been stopped 1 time. Harding Academy's been stopped twice because they had a fumble and then they punted once. So, I mean, it's just been total offense throughout the first half.
I was talking with a former coach of Malvern during the halftime. He said that's what they went into the game thinking. We need to get a couple of stops each half. If we can get a couple of stops, we got a chance to win this thing. And they got 2 stops in the first half. Simmons and Dupree in the backfield. It's going to be Dupree with the direct snap. Dupree going off that left side. He's got room to run. Dupree just getting going. Gives a little move and steps out of bounds at the 38. Gain of 18 on first down. That'll put Dupree over 200 yards in the game.
I mean, Wes, for that time, Keelan Janelle made a block to seal off the edge. He's a wide receiver, and he makes a block off the edge to open that whole thing up. And hopefully we'll see right there. You saw the edge block, and he was able to spring it for another 10 yards. So, everybody contributing right now in the offense.
1st and 10. See Cedric Simmons there with Dupree. Dupree again. Tries the left side. Nothing there this time. He gets nothing. No gain.
You don't see that very often. No gain by Dupree. He's
second time off memory.
Yeah, I mean, he's at least rattled off 3 or 4 yards at a time, and that time Harding Academy did a great job just getting right there on the line of scrimmage and stopping him for no gain.
Kanan Harris on the tackle, the sophomore, big 55, kind of slipped the block and was just standing there waiting for Dupree. 2nd and 10. Simmons in the backfield. He takes it, fakes a handoff. He wants to throw. He does throw. Looking down the sideline, overthrows his receiver. Had his receiver open, but just led him too much. We've seen Carradine come up with some big catches in the first half. This time he just could not connect.
Yeah, and Carradine's done a good job of, getting past the corner and getting an open space. That time was a little bit tighter. He only had about a yard separation between the two, just got overthrown. Look at those numbers for Cedric Simmons. I mean, on the day, 8 of 12 passing, 224 yards and 3 scores.
3rd and 10. Simmons in shotgun. He's got it looking left. Now looking back to the right. Makes the throw. It's incomplete. Harding Academy's defense does their job. They get a stop to start the second half. That's what they were preaching all during the halftime. Come out, get a stop, force a punt. Let's get the ball back.
Yeah, and that was big. I know that we just started the second half, but they've got to get some moxie about themselves on defense. They got to get some confidence about that they can stop this offense for Malvern. They showed it right there.
Simmons back to punt for Malvern. He does it all for Malvern, or a little bit of everything for Malvern, I should say. Dupree does a lot too. Simmons punts, a line drive, wobbler, gets a good bounce. Another good bounce, and it'll continue rolling inside the 15 to the 14. So that's going to work out really well for Malvern.
Yeah, you can't ask for a better punt to get the roll that they did. Now you've backed Harding Academy deep in their own territory for their first drive. And you remember how this game started, Wes? Malvern did a sky kick to Harding Academy, and they ended up getting the ball at the 41-yard line off their first drive. They take it down and score. Not very often in this game has Harding Academy had to work from deep in their own end of the field.
Yeah, I don't remember that. That was a long time ago.
Yeah, that was like 5 hours. Yeah, 5 hours ago.
Miller, quick throw. It is caught. And that is Hoover with it. Hoover's pulled backwards. He got to about the 20. He'll get a gain of 6. Second down coming up. 10.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Great first half. No scoring yet, but just wait. Miller, nothing there. He's looking, scrambling. Now under pressure. And they bring him down inside the 5-yard line. Forrest Landreth, the junior, his 6th sack of the season.
Landreth, he held on to his leg and didn't let go. Look at him. Didn't get beat on the fake. Grabbed him by the ankle and just brought him to the ground. He was not letting that one go, and now Harding Academy's backed up deep in their own end of the field.
3rd and 21, rolling right, scrambling, looking, brought down. They get him on back-to-back plays, 2 sacks. What is this called? Is that defense?
That's defense.
Akir Smith this time.
And Akir Smith that time was being blocked, and he reached out there with the left hand to bring him in, and just once he grabbed a hold, Owen Miller wasn't going anywhere.
Here's a good look at the replay. He did. He just grabbed him and tossed him to the ground. Had a little help, but they get a stop. Back-to-back stops. It's the first time we've had that this evening.
Yeah, so defenses did learn something in the break.
Ferry, at the end of the end zone, puts a boot into it. You can see the leg. Look at that. Spiraling, and it's dropped. It's Muff. Malvern trying to get back on it, and they do.
That was Carradine who dropped it, and the rain is really coming down here at War Memorial, and he was having to look way up into the sky for that one, and just lost the handle on it and was able to get back on top of it.
Ferry was kicking that from his 9.
Look at that rain coming down, West.
That was a 51-yard punt, 52 after the muff, a net of 52. You saw the leg on Ferry right there.
So essentially Malvern's got the football back where they had it on their last drive when they had to punt it away.
Defense held. Now Simmons and Dupree ready to go back to work. Simmons handoff to Dupree up the middle. Follows the line. Gets a good push. Picks up 4. Picks up 5. They'll move it to the 44. Second 5 coming up. In fact, we can head down to the sideline. Madison Fitzpatrick, excuse me, she talked to both coaches after halftime. Madison, what did the coaches have to say?
Yeah, Wes, so Coach Plumlee said he's so proud of how his boys came out to play after those delays. He said they were very aggressive but calm at the same time. He said the key now is to not get comfortable and realize Harding Academy will get points, but the goal is just to slow them down. And Coach Neil Evans says they've got to get better at tackling those two really good backs. And he said they've been in this spot before where they're down. Oh, okay,
You're
really
good.
loud from the Malvern fans, but they've been in this spot before where they're down, so they're going to need to lean in on that and their comfortability in these high-pressure situations. Back to you.
Thank you. That was Cedric Simmons with it. And it's hard to take a break or to do anything in this game, a replay or sideline report, because they're fast and they can make big play after big play. That time it's Simmons with it. We've seen Dupree with so many dynamic runs. It was Simmons who started the game out making the big runs for Malvern, and then Dupree took over. Now it's Simmons with another big run.
Yeah, and that was what they got back to at the beginning of the game, where Simmons was running off tackle and was able to find big lanes to run through.
Simmons fakes a toss. He's going to keep it. Tests the right side. I don't know if he went down on his own or if he kind of slipped when he was trying to cut back, but he goes down. Not much there. They'll mark him down at the 31, so they'll actually lose a yard.
You know, when War Memorial put in the new turf, they also put in a new drainage system underneath to allow for that water that hits the field to drain out of there. And you know, the old turf used to be like a slip and slide. When it would rain, guys would just slide around all over the place. I'd be interested to see from Madison here later in the game how slick it is out on the field.
We suggest you get her to run on the field and
possibly,
slide a little bit. See, Dupree off that left side. Good push from the line. He'll pick up about 4 on this carry, so that'll create 3rd and about 7. They need to get the ball to about just almost the 20-yard line. I got to think, though, this is 4 down territory. They got 2 more downs to work with here.
You know, it's interesting how this offense, they've got the 2 backs in the backfield, and you essentially have 2 lead blockers when you go in the hole like that for Simmons or even for Dupree to run through. So the first guy picks up a linebacker. The second guy kind of seals off anything on the defensive line.
Dupree, direct snap. He's going over the left side. He's got Simmons blocking for him. Dupree to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. He's run out of bounds at the 5. First down, Malvern. They're knocking on the door again.
And once again, you see it. I mean, he takes it himself, Dupree does, but he's got 2 blockers in front of him. The first blocker, watch right here. So he comes off that left side. First guy seals off the linebacker. Next guy comes in and seals off the outside receiver, and he's got a lane to run through.
That's Cagle again. You mentioned Cagle blocking earlier. That was another good block from Cagle at the wide receiver spot. Catches it and blocks. 43-32, Malvern up 11, looking to increase their lead. 1st and goal from the 5. Dupree with it. Dupree follows his blockers up the middle, falls forward to about the 2. Gain of 3 on 1st down. And one thing Malvern's doing, you look at that clock, we've gone almost a half a quarter without a score.
Which is unheard of in this game. I mean, if this were still the first half, we would have had 3 scores.
Who was a coach that told us last week? It was Brad Boldy. He said, you look at the scoreboard, we're ahead. If they don't score again, we win.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, that's what Malvern said. Look, we don't have to get in a hurry. If Harding Academy doesn't get many possessions left, they don't score, we win. And you see the 2, Simmons and Dupree. Dupree, direct snap. He's following Simmons. Trying to get to the outside. He does. Touchdown, Malvern. Jalen Dupree in again.
Boy, very rarely, Wes, do you see a quarterback line up in that running back spot and lay a big block. And you saw it right there with Simmons. He was the outside back. He comes in. The defensive end is rushing in. He takes him out, and it allows for Dupree to get in. You see it right here. Watch number 3. Boom. Seals that off, and he's able just to walk into the end zone.
Martinez on for the extra point, trying to make it an 18-point game. Kick is up, and it is good. So Malvern increases their lead. The Leopards feeling good right now. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Football Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
Broadcast of this championship game is made possible by
The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Over 2,500 team members across 17 local electric distribution co-ops, powering homes, farms, and industries somewhere across Arkansas. We are the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Power and people.
Local broadcast of Arkansas PBS programming is made possible in part by Community Bakery. Scratch-made breads, pastries, cakes, treats, and locally roasted coffees. Served daily at 2 locations in Little Rock, 1200 Main and 270 Shackelford.
Bryce Corporation is a proud supporter of Arkansas PBS Sports, the Arkansas State High School Football Championships, and the Harding Academy Wildcats. Bryce Corporation specializes in film conversion and the production of flexible packaging. Their Arkansas facility is located at 450 South Benton in Searcy. For more information, visit brycecorp.com.
Learn more about the issues that impact our state with our flagship public affairs program, Arkansas Week, Fridays at 7:30 p.m. and on Sundays at 10 a.m. right here on Arkansas PBS.
Jalen Dupree, 24 carries, 245 yards, 3 touchdowns. He also has a touchdown reception, so Dupree right now with 4 touchdowns scored on the night. We may have to look and see what the rushing record for the state championship game is.
Yeah. I mean, there are a lot of records that could be broken tonight.
High sky kick looks like it's going to go out of bounds, and it does. Not many flags tonight. Well played game. So that'll be a penalty on the kicking unit for Malvern.
Only 4 penalties in the game so far.
Very clean. So now it's pretty simple for Harding Academy. You're down 18. You got to score.
Yeah.
Now you're starting to think, how many more possessions are we going to get, and can we stop Malvern? That's another big thing, because Malvern has put up 50 points. You can't trade score for score. They got to go down and score and get a stop.
Well, they showed there on that first drive they can stop them. I mean, they've done it now 3 times in the game, or 2 times in the game, and they can stop them. It's just you got to really defend that 3-headed monster.
Miller finds his receiver. What a route from Hoover. Hoover pulls it in. He's down to the 46. They call that the jerk route. You make the defender look like a jerk. He starts in like he's going to run inside route, then stops and cuts back outside. And just a fantastic route. He's wide open. You see the DB that was chasing him right there. He thought he was going inside. He puts on the brakes. Hoover goes outside, wide open, reception, first down. Quick pass out to the right. Receiver catches it and then runs backward. They're going to give him forward progress, or they did until he fought forward. They're going to say he's going to get to the 49, so a short gain of 3 on the play.
Yeah, you never want to run back towards your quarterback, and so, minimal gain right there, but another good job by that Malvern defense. They were right there around him. That's what caused him to go back down, back towards the quarterback.
Miller rolls to his right. Quick out to Koch again. Koch catches it. He takes it to the 46-yard line.
Koch having a good day. He's now he's about a yard or 2 shy of 100 so far for the day.
He's also a yard or 2 short of the first down. So it's 3rd and 2. No doubt it's 2-down territory. If they don't get it here, they're going to have to go for it. Quick pass. It's deflected, knocked down. Forrest Landreth, let's call his name again.
Now Landreth, he had the big sack on the last drive for Harding Academy. That time, almost, he got both hands on it, almost was able to get an interception, but he did knock it down.
4th and 2. There's a look at Landreth on the right side at the bottom of your screen. Gets the hand up. Got 2 hands. I think he might have got both hands on there. 4th and 2. Malvern with a chance to get a huge stop. Miller looks over at the sideline. They got the play. 5 seconds on the play clock. They get the play off. Quick pass out. They get the completion and the first down. They go to Koch again.
Yeah, Koch, he's kind of been their go-to. He leads the team in receptions right now. That's now his 8th reception. Now has over 100 yards receiving on the day. He's the 2nd Harding Academy Wildcat to get over the 100-yard mark today.
And he also went over the 1,000-yard mark for the season this afternoon. Miller, time to throw, still time. Now he's got a little pressure in his face, and he finds a receiver. It's almost like a Hail Mary out there, and found Griffin, his running back, on the sideline, and he completes it
for no gain.
Didn't get anything, but it's better than a sack, I guess.
Yeah, no, I mean, and Griffin he was just sitting over there going, "Hey, throw it to me. I'm wide open," and he was standing right there at that line of scrimmage.
Miller moves. Griffin goes in motion. He's under pressure. He tries to split the defenders, and he's pulled down for a sack. He saw a little gap there, was trying to split the defenders and scramble out of there, but he was sandwiched. And Akir Smith, again, he had a sack earlier, and Akir does it again, the junior.
See right there. Akir just came across, and he was able to take him down. This defensive line for Malvern is, they're playing really well right now.
3rd and 14. Rolling. Looking back. Now he's coming back to the other side of the field, being chased. Heaves it down the field. Receiver made a great comeback for it, but it hit the turf. They're going to say Coke didn't catch it.
Now, it was a great effort to come back, and Coke says he caught it. He's trying to plead with the officials, and he's telling the sideline to review this thing. We'll see the replay of it, because I don't know if he did.
The video board up here played it first, and the Harding Academy fans are screaming that he caught it.
I think it hit
Or
turf.
it hit his hands. I couldn't tell there. And that's the thing. With instant replay in high school, it has to be clear and obvious.
Yeah, they're going to review it on the field. It'll give us an opportunity to look back at it.
It's the same angle we had just a second ago. And just see if he's able to get his hands under the ball. There's no doubt it kind of bounces up, but is it off his hands? I think it was his hands.
He may have caught that.
It may have hit off his hands. It kind of bounced up, and he trapped it up against his chest and his hands.
It did. You saw when he rolled, the ball did kind of touch the turf a little bit, but I think, seeing that replay for the second time, he may have gotten it. Maybe we can show it one more time for those watching at the house, because it's just with that angle, it's so far. You don't have anything that's like right there on top of it.
Here's a different view of it. Let's see what we have. Just a great effort from Miller.
You can't tell if the ball was between. I think that first angle that we saw that was from behind the quarterback, I think that might be the best one. But you just don't know if the ball gets in between his hands and touches the turf.
I don't see the ball hitting the turf there. I think it hit his hands. He bounced up and he caught it.
So here's the replay from back behind the quarterback. And how about the throw, by the way? I mean, great throw as he's being taken down. So I think it's a catch.
He caught it. I think he caught it.
I think, seeing that right there, and here's they're just going to keep going back. And once again, it's got to be
clear and obvious.
Clear and obvious.
Are you sure? Are you sure he caught it?
I think right there you got to say that he did. I mean,
here we go. The officials have got the word, and they're about to announce it.
After further review, the ball was caught. It'll be at the 29-yard line.
And here's
Harding
the thing.
Academy will not be charged with timeout.
The AAA
Challenge.
instituted replay
First
for the championship games for instances just like that, because that's a tough play on the official to call that in real time, and for them to replay it like that and get it right, which they've done pretty much the entire championship so far.
I fully support that call. I'm pretty sure he called it.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, 1st and 10, Miller. He's going to tuck it and run it. He's got some room to run across the 20 to the 15. And he's hogtied, brought down at the 11-yard line, right at the 10. So another first down for Harding Academy. Wildcats back-to-back big plays.
I think that was a great job, because I want to say that was set up for a pass, but he saw the hole and he said, I'm just going to take off and run with it.
Miller ready quickly. Following his blockers across the 10 to the 5. He's hogged down and thrown down again. That one looked like he fell awkwardly. He laid there for a second, but he's up and seems to be okay.
Boy, he has taken some big hits today, and how he's been brought down, and he has had a heck of a day.
See, Griffin, the running back, is out of the game, and they bring in Simmons. And we've seen Wyatt Simmons run the ball down here on the goal line. He scored earlier. And Simmons takes the pitch. He's going off the left side. Malvern was ready for it this time. Simmons has been in a couple of times. They've tried that little toss to him, and he scored once, and another time he picked up a big chunk of yards, but that time Malvern's defense read it. They were ready for it. They threw him for a loss.
Angel Perez was the one in there to get the loss, and now that brings up a 3rd down for Harding Academy.
Perez leads Malvern in tackles coming into the game, 109 this season. 3rd and 10. Ball's on the 10, so it's 3rd and goal. They cannot get a first down without scoring a touchdown. Miller coming back, looking, being chased, and brought down. Malvern's defense does it again. And guess who that was with a huge play? Jalen Dupree.
Boy.
Are you kidding me?
He's doing everything.
The guy's run for 250 yards, scored 4 touchdowns, and just came up with a huge sack.
Now, do you go after the points, Wes? Because you've got a long 4th down, and I think they are going to bring Ferry on.
Let's do the math. You're down 18. A field goal makes it 15.
Yeah.
That's a 2-possession game. That's a smart play, and when you got a kicker like Ferry, don't want to jinx him, but you got to feel good. Ferry on the season is 16 of 23. He's already made 1 field goal in this game. Good snap and hold. Kick is plenty long. It was hooking, and it's no good. He hooked it right. Ferry thought he made it. He's got his hands on his head. He thought he made it. He was running off the field celebrating.
Yeah, and the official on that far pylon, he was watching. He looked straight up, the upright, and it just hooked right on the right side of it.
Malvern gets another stop. That's exactly what they need, and you look up, 2 minutes left in the game. Malvern's lead stays at 18.
Well, that is a big stop for this defense for Malvern.
Well, in the sacks, you think about it, back-to-back sacks to force the 4th and long, and really that was the right call. It was 4th and what was it, 20?
Yeah.
4th and goal from the 20. I now expect a lot of running from Dupree and Simmons. Dupree over that left side, testing it. Not much there. He'll pick up a couple. At some point, you're just going to see Malvern just slow it way down.
Yeah.
They're still going to be aggressive, and they know they got to score, because I don't know if 18 points right now is enough. I don't know if 50 is enough.
Yeah.
Not with this Harding Academy offense. They're capable of scoring 3 touchdowns in the 4th quarter.
What's crazy is I was just looking back quarter by quarter, and in the first quarter, we had 39 points total scored. Second quarter, we had 36, and so far this one, we've had 7.
Fake the toss. Simmons keeps it. He's got 2 blockers. He gets across the 25 to the 26. He'll pick up about 4 on the play. Third and 4 coming up for Malvern. Play clock is at 28. You see they're just taking their time, looking over at the sideline. I'm with them. Might as well work the clock. There's no need. It's not written that you got to wait till the 4th quarter to start working the clock.
No, you just bleed that clock as much as possible if you're Malvern. But I agree with you. I don't know if an 18-point lead is enough.
Simmons hands it off to Dupree. He's got 2 blockers. He gets across the 30, gets the first down across the 34-yard line. That'll move the chains. What a well-designed play. You got Dupree with 2 blockers in front of him. And I thought for a second that could go all the way, but the Harding Academy defender took on a block, shed it, and made the tackle. Excellent play by the defender.
That play is essentially going to give Malvern the ball all the way into the 4th quarter, because they're going to waste the rest of this clock off as we're at 50 seconds, down to 14 on the play clock.
I bet in my mind Malvern throws about 2 or 3 more passes the entire game.
Yeah.
It's going to be a steady dose of running the ball. And there's another run coming over the right side, across the 40 to the 41. That's a gain of 7 on first down. That'll be the last play of the 3rd quarter if Malvern chooses. I don't see any reason why they would run another play. The game clock's at 18 seconds left. Play clock's at 25. Nope, they're not going to run another snap. They're all standing around. They're fine and content with taking an 18-point lead to the final quarter. Malvern 50, Harding Academy 32. Fourth quarter action coming up. You are watching the Centennial Bank State Football Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
Thanks, George. Appreciate it. At Big Red Stores, we're always proud to sponsor, support, and partner up with many events and activities throughout the community. Among them, high school championships throughout the state of Arkansas. At Big Red Stores, our team members are always ready to assist you to make your visit with us a pleasant one. And at Big Red Stores, we recognize that none of our support or ability to serve the community is possible without you. That's why at Big Red Stores, you're always the MVP of the Big Red team. Big Red Stores, now more convenient than ever.
Since 2010, the rates of mental health issues such as anxiety, depression, burnout, and suicide have skyrocketed among American farmers. The growing season will follow 6 Arkansas farmers through a year on their land, and hopefully will provide some insight along the way. I'm your host, Ben Dickey of Arkansas PBS. Join us on the growing season.
Look for new episodes on the second Friday of each month, available wherever you get your podcasts.
We're getting set to start the fourth quarter of the 4A state championship game. Malvern leads Harding Academy 50-32. Here's how we got here. Harding Academy's Owen Miller passes it out to Kyler Hoover, and he takes off down the sideline for the score. Harding Academy led 10-7 at that point, but Malvern came right back. Cedric Simmons keeps it. He goes over that right side, nobody there. 51 yards. Malvern leads it 41-10. Malvern's defense did well, got a couple of stops. Jalen Dupree then takes over. That's a 57-yard touchdown run, and Malvern increased their lead to 22-10. They weren't done. Cedric Simmons, he's done it with his feet, and he's done it with his arm. That's a big pass completion for 43 yards, and Malvern leads it 50-32 as we start the fourth quarter of the 4A championship game. "12 minutes away from their second state title. The last one came in 1993, and there was a pretty good running back in that game for Malvern, Madre Hill. He's got to be proud of what he's seeing Jalen Dupree do tonight.
Yeah, you know, that's a pretty rare air whenever you know your name is in there with Madre Hill as far as all-time greats at Malvern.
Put the head down, follow that big offensive line, and Simmons close to a first down, did not get it. It'll be 3rd and 1.
But once again, Wes, I mean, they've got to get 1 yard, and they could bleed this, you know, theoretically, if they just keep going over right tackle or right guard, pick up 3 or 4 yards, they could bleed this thing down to 7-8 minutes.
They're not going to get in any hurry, that's for sure. 10 seconds left on the play clock. 3rd down. Here's your snap. There goes Simmons, going to run it. Comes over the left side. He's got the first down, makes a move, still on his feet. Simmons to the 35, to the 30. Does he have enough speed to get to the end zone? Yes, sir. Touchdown. Malvern adding to their lead. Cedric Simmons taking it to the house, cramping up, giving it all that he's got. You see him down the end zone, working out that cramp. Cedric Simmons.
There's nothing worse than taking it into the end zone and your whole leg locks up because you're cramping up. But how about that run, though? Look at this. I mean, you think, okay, well, can't go anywhere there. I'm going to get bottled up here. I'm going to give a shoulder shrug, come back all the way across the field, break a tackle, and it's just off to the races. I mean, the kid he is unbelievable how good he is.
57 yards, and right there it hits him. You see him go down with the cramp. Simmons now on the night has 156 yards rushing on just 8 carries. He's averaging 19.5 yards per carry.
Yeah.
Dupree and Simmons have combined for over 400 yards rushing, 413 yards between those two. They're the only two that's run it for Malvern. 35 carries, 413 yards rushing. Extra point is up. It is good. Malvern right now running away with it, literally on the ground, doing what they want to do against this Harding Academy defense. Now it's go time for Harding Academy. They have got to score.
Yeah, and you know, going back to Simmons, you talked about he's rushed for 156 yards. He's also thrown for 224. I mean, the guy he's thrown for, or he's got, what is that, about 380 yards of total offense just in one player.
He's thrown for 3 touchdowns. Now he's run for 2 touchdowns.
Here's another look at that run, and I mean, that's just impressive. You get bottled up one side, cut it back, then you have to cut it back all the way across the field for the touchdown, and boy, he is a fun player to watch.
Malvern ready to kick off. 57-32, 25 points. So that is now a 4-possession game for Harding Academy. Short, pooch kick, called for the fair catch, caught at the 25. Hoover elects to fair catch it, and that's where Harding Academy will take over. I don't know if we've announced it, but they have set the game time for the 3A championship game. That has been delayed. It's not going to kick off at 6:30, obviously, since it's already 5:43 and we've got about a full quarter to play. But the 3A game will kick off at 8:40. Boonville and Charleston, a rematch from a conference game earlier this year. But they're here, they're ready to play, and they want to get that game in tonight. Miller fakes the handoff, looking, nowhere to throw it. So he comes back to the other side. He completes it, picks it up, crosses about the 41, about they're going to mark him down at the 40-yard line. How about Miller that time just patiently scanning the field, looking, and finally he found Indy McGalliard for the first down.
Yeah, and you know, I'd say Miller's a very impressive quarterback. He'll play somewhere at the next level.
Miller, quick throw out. Coke catches it down to the 45. 5-yard gain.
There's your total yardages for both teams. I mean, it's just been an offensive onslaught so far in this game between both yards. But look at that. Look at the rushing yards. 413 for Malvern and only 74 for the Wildcats.
Clock stopped when Coke stepped out of bounds, and actually they're looking at something over here. A little delay in the game. There's a flag down at the 40 on the far side. Okay, so they're going to pick it up, wave it off. No foul, they said. I think they were had thrown it originally for a substitution infraction, but they've looked at it and talked over it and said no infraction. So it's 2nd and 5. Miller in the backfield alone. He's got 4 receivers to his left. That's where he's going. Rolls left. He's wanting to throw it, didn't want to run it. Now he just steps out of bounds, and I bet that draws a flag. There it is. Miller was hit out of bounds. That'll be 15 yards. And one of the few mistakes Malvern has made tonight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and, you know, we've talked so much about how good Owen Miller is. He's only a sophomore. I mean, he's going to be back for 2 more years after this year.
Another flag, or there's the call on the flag. While he's getting ready to announce that, let's head down to the sideline.
Personal foul for late hit out of bounds as the defender was pushed into the player by an opponent. It will be 3rd down.
Okay, let's head down to the sideline, check in with Madison.
Hey guys, so something I've noticed down here that you might not be able to see from all the way up there in the booth is body language, which is huge in sports. Going into the fourth, Malvern was heading over to their sideline and they're pumping up their crowds. They're waving to their fans. They're waving to their teammates. They seem really excited. And on the other hand, Harding Academy was kind of slumping over to the sideline. So I know Malvern's going to want to keep that momentum going.
That Malvern defense does it again. They slam Miller to the ground. That's been the story in the second half. The pressure that they've been able to get on Miller. That is now, what, 3 sacks?
Yeah.
Here in the last 2 drives. They have been able to have Miller running around, not sitting in the pocket. They've got the pressure on him and create another big play for the defense.
That's now the 5th sack of the game for this Malvern defense. 6 sacks, excuse me. They just updated. 6 sacks so far for the Malvern defense.
But 3 in the last 2 drives. That was Angel Perez. Had more pressure, but Miller's able to scramble out. He's wanting to throw it deep. He heaves it deep. Has no one in that area. The receiver cut off the route, and Miller was thinking he may head deep instead. And a little miscommunication. That'll bring up 4th and 14, and Harding Academy's going to punt. Or at least they're sending out the punting unit.
Yeah, this Malvern defense has only gotten better as this game has gone on. And Owen Miller's slow to get to his other side. He took a hard shot on that sideline on that far side, and he's making his way back over very gingerly.
He's taking a lot of hits tonight. Harding Academy is scrambling to get the punt team out there, and getting the right personnel out there. Actually, they're not. They had to bring in a backup quarterback, right? No, it was 4th down.
Yeah, that was fourth down.
They went for it. I'm sorry, I lost track of down. So Malvern takes over. More running from Malvern. You're going to see a lot more of that in the last 9 minutes and 57 seconds. No reason to throw it now.
So Jalen Dupree, right before that run, had 257 yards of offense. Picked up 7 there. You know, he's closing in on 300 for the game.
And he may end up with 300 yards rushing, because I feel like they're going to just keep handing him the ball or direct snapping to him. When he needs a break, they'll let Simmons run it. You see them both of them in the backfield. That's Dupree, direct snap. Over the right side, now he's coming back to the left. Makes one man miss, to the 20, slides down. He picks up the first down. He didn't want to go out of bounds. So move the chains, set the chains, then start the clock. Pretty smart. That's a heads-up decision by Dupree.
Yeah, and, you know, think about this. He can, you know, we talk about the youth in this game with Owen Miller, but Jalen Dupree's only a junior. I mean, he's got another year to come back.
Yeah, when I talked to one of their former coaches at halftime, he said the exciting thing is so many of these players from Malvern are juniors and sophomores.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to lose Simmons, a 4-year starter at quarterback. That's going to hurt. But I look at their offensive line, junior, sophomore, junior, sophomore, junior. There's another run from Malvern to the 15, slide down again.
I mean, he's not wanting to take any contact at this point. Let me just get down, stay in bounds, and keep that clock rolling.
Dupree, 272 yards rushing before that one. 7 more yards. He's at 279 for the game.
On 30 carries.
The great thing about this offense, Dupree gets a little tired. You know what? Simmons, you take over.
Yeah, you got this. I mean, Simmons has run for 156 today.
Looks like Simmons wants it. He's going to take it. Simmons just picking his way. He gets it across the 20 or the 15 to the 14-yard line. And they're just content. Keep the ball on the ground, run it a little bit, run that clock. They're looking at the clock. It's just now at 30 seconds left on the play clock. They know they can milk this. Just play keep away, because with their lead of 25 points in a 4-possession game now, they're in great shape. Simmons has Dupree right behind him. Now he gets out of the way. Dupree tests that left side. Hits towards the sideline. Dupree down inbounds at the 9. He picks up the first down and gets down inbound. That's got to be something they practice and that's hammered home.
Yeah, had to. either that or Coach J.D. Plumlee, right before they went out, he stressed, do not go out of bounds.
You know, you can stress that,
well,
and that goes out the window after one play.
Yeah.
That's something that you have to hammer home throughout a year and practice all the time. And because it's just, you can tell, it's second nature.
Yeah.
He gets to where he wants to get. He's not running out of bounds. He's going to just slide down to the ground. Simmons fakes the toss. He's going to run and test the left side. Simmons fighting forward, trying to get a couple of yards. Not much there that time.
And it's just the clock is rolling. I mean, Malvern is playing extremely smart football, running between the tackles, bounce it outside, take up as much time as possible. And you know, they can't get a first down. The only thing they can get right now is a touchdown.
And run that clock.
Yeah.
That's all they really care about. They'd love another touchdown, but hey, look, that clock keeps ticking. That's fine. We're 6 minutes away from winning a state championship. Simmons gets out of the way. It's going to be Dupree. Dupree picking his way, but nothing there. He picked the wrong hole. It closed quickly. Harding Academy's defense gets a stop they needed. I don't know if you kick it here or not, honestly. Their kicker's been perfect on the night.
Yeah.
And you're on, at the 8-yard line, so it wouldn't be a long field goal. They may just choose to keep it on the ground and run it.
Keep it more in the middle of the field so it's not that bad on your kicker.
Simmons hands it off to Dupree. Dupree bobbled it for a second. He hits the corner, tries to get in the end zone. Touchdown, Dupree again.
I mean, that's his 4th rushing touchdown of the day.
That may put him over 290 yards on the day.
I mean, it's just, did we look to see what the record is for rushing yards in a game for a single player?
We'll have to find that out.
Yeah, I have to find that out because he's at 291 now on 33 carries.
Great look at the replay, the effort to get into the corner of the end zone. The extra point is up. It is good. Malvern, 64 points in the state championship game. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Football Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
Since 1999, we've been with you every step of the way. From your first savings account, to graduation, to your first home. Centennial Bank is here to walk with you into the future. Though we've grown, Arkansas is still our home. We're still local bankers invested in our communities, here to help you however we can. Thank you for being a part of our journey. We'll be here when you need us. Centennial Bank, member FDIC.
Bryce Corporation is a proud supporter of Arkansas PBS Sports, the Arkansas State High School Football Championships, and the Harding Academy Wildcats. Bryce Corporation specializes in film conversion and the production of flexible packaging. Their Arkansas facility is located at 450 South Benton in Searcy. For more information, visit brycecorp.com.
For every moment, for every memory, from that first car to your first home, to your first child, and all the highs and lows that tomorrow might bring. For everything that matters most to you and your family, there's someone right around the corner dedicated to helping you protect what you love. Your local Farm Bureau insurance agent. Farm Bureau Insurance. Real service, real people.
If you want the full 6 hours of what this game has taken, you can get a DVD copy at M&M Productions. It's all the state championship games are on hard copies through M&M Productions. All you have to do is go to mnmproductions.net to place your order today. Yeah, if you're gonna replay this one, you better sit down for a full 6 hours and watch it at home on a rainy day.
Certainly we can edit out the rain delays, right?
Yeah, you would probably. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Rain delay. The truck's telling us rain delay not included. Yeah.
Okay. We don't want to relive that ever again. 64-32, Malvern doubling up Harding Academy. A great second half for this Malvern defense.
Yeah.
They've gotten the job done, and Then the offense just pounding away, running the ball, eating up just chunks of clock time. Harding Academy will take the kickoff, run it past the 30-yard line. And now I'm being told this is the 348. Kenneth Dixon has
strong.
Of strong, 348 yards rushing.
Well, I mean, he's so Jalen Dupree's 50 yards from that.
And he's second all time.
Yeah. So, but I mean, so right now Jalen Dupree's at 291. So he's essentially 50 yards away from getting the record, and there's 5 minutes left.
I may have to double check. I may have misread the fingers he was holding up. Miller looking to pass. Under pressure again. He's going to take off and now gets rid of it. Finds a receiver wide open. That's Andy again. He's been a good outlet receiver. He's done a great job on the scramble drill, helping his quarterback out. He picks up the first down. The sophomore, Andy McGilliard.
Yeah, great job right there by Owen Miller. Not giving up on the play. Receivers didn't give up on the play, and he was able to find somebody get into Malvern territory.
That moves the ball to the Malvern 40. Andy comes off the field. Handoff up the middle. It's over the right side. Plenty of room to run. That'll pick up a first down. They get the ball to the 26. That's Heath Griffin with it. And now you got Malvern kind of backing up, playing the safeties deeper. The corners are playing off. They're just trying not to give up the big play, and so they hit them right up the middle with the run. Griffin tries it again, pounding away. He gets the ball to the 21. The senior wanting to find the end zone one more time before his playing career is over. Second and 6 after a gain of 4. Miller rolls to his right, fakes the throw. He's going to keep it. He gets to about the 20 before he goes out of bounds. Not a first down. They'll bring up 3rd and 4. It's tough to throw when you got everybody just backing up.
There's just nothing there. I mean, I will say, boy, I'm looking forward to seeing Owen Miller in years to come.
You know who forced him out of bounds?
Jalen Dupree, yeah. But no, I mean, Owen Miller, we talked about only a sophomore, and he's got 2 more years of high school football left, and if he's this good as a sophomore, I can't wait to see what he looks like next year and the year after.
Got an injury timeout. These guys have given it all. You can see Koch walking around. He's got a limp. We saw Miller earlier. He was hurting. Now a Malvern Leopard down on the field. He's looks like he's cramping up. Are they stretching him out?
Yeah.
We've seen Simmons with a cramp earlier. These guys, I mean, when you're running around and making all these kind of plays and these yards and touchdowns, you just get worn out. And that's exactly what we see the Malvern defensive lineman come off the field. That's Leonard Leach.
So you were trying to read fingers through the window on the record,
yes,
right? So Kenneth Dixon in 2011 ran for 348.
348.
Ron Johnson in 1996 had the second most at 266.
Okay. So Jalen Dupree's name's at number 2 right now in the record books. 348, 948, 57 yards away from tying him.
And not to mention Ron Johnson, and we'll tell it after the play.
Miller, quick pass to Hoover. Hoover gets the ball inside the 10.
So Ron Johnson did it on 44 attempts, right, to get that that record, or the second place at 266. Right now, Jalen Dupree's at 33. Now, the question, what's more impressive, Kenneth Dixon from Strong in 2011, he did it on 28 attempts.
It's a pretty good yards per carry.
Yes, it is.
Miller looking to his right, rolls to his right, under pressure now. He tries to avoid stepping out of bounds. That would have been an unbelievable play, but his toes were out of bounds, so they blew the play dead. He was trying to stop, jump, and throw it to a receiver in the end zone. He connected with his receiver, but you'll see on the replay, he just stepped out of bounds, could not stop right here. Yep, he's out of bounds.
Right there. I'm looking through the record book right now, Wes. We talked about Madre Hill in that 1993 game. in that game, Madre Hill ran 34 times for 243 yards in that game.
Miller across the middle has his receiver there, and it is caught. Touchdown, Harding Academy. That's Hoover with it. Hoover, another touchdown for him tonight.
Well, at this point, looks like they're going to send Ferry on for the extra point. You'd almost think they would just try to go for 2-point conversions to get as many points as they can. But they're going to bring Ferry on for the extra point.
At this point, I don't think there's much difference between 1 point and 2 points.
I agree.
Miller with time to throw that time. He has a receiver wide open, puts it on the money, and Hoover brings it in for the score. Ferry's extra point is up, and it is good. So it makes it 64-39. 3:07 to play. I'm sure Harding Academy will try an onside kick here to try to get the ball right back. Their kickoff team is already on the field. They know their mission. Come up with the ball. Whatever it takes, get the ball back. And then the drama will be if Malvern recovers this, could Dupree break one?
Yeah.
Or a couple. You told me 348 is the record.
348. He's at 291 right now.
So he needs 57 yards.
Yeah.
Well, with the onside kick, they may not have 57 yards to go.
No.
You would think they would recover around the 50 and probably only have about 50 yards of potential offense.
Wouldn't that just stink? Which he has no idea. But wouldn't it stink if he ended up like 2 or 3 yards shy of the record?
Well, they're going to kick it deep. It's maybe kind of a waving the white flag here and realize, look, we're still down 25 points and there's only 3 minutes left. It's still a 4-possession game. Even if we recover the onside kick and score, it's still a 3-possession game. Now, I'll tell you what, he's got a chance.
He's got it.
With the ball at the 20, they got 80 yards to work with.
So what you're saying is he's got a chance.
He's got a chance. If he's got anything left in the tank.
Yeah.
But he was out there playing defense, so I got to think he's got something left in the tank. Look, this is a state championship game.
Play to the final whistle.
You got plenty of time to rest after this game. There's Simmons. And that is going to be Dupree following Simmons. He's going to lose a yard.
He's going the wrong way as far as the record's concerned. You know what, though? He was stretching it out to the sidelines, and he just wanted to go down to keep that clock rolling.
You see a bunch of them looking up at the clock.
Yeah.
They're just they're turning around, looking at the clock. Where are we? All right.
They're getting tired of getting rained on. They've been rained on for 5 hours.
They don't care about the rain now. And Coach Plumlee doesn't care about getting wet either.
Yeah, does the Gatorade bath mean as much when you're soaking
already
wet?
Soaking wet?
Yeah.
It's going to feel good. 2:20 to go. Dupree. There wasn't even much blocking there. They might as well just snap it and take it in because there was Simmons that didn't seem like he wanted to take much interest in laying that big block right there. And so Dupree immediately went down. And Dupree's coming out of the game. I think he's had enough.
Yeah,
What an effort. What a game from Jalen Dupree. He exits with 291 yards rushing on 34 carries. He caught a touchdown pass for 19 yards on a wheel route. 5 touchdowns tonight. So over 300 yards of total offense. Simmons looking up at the play clock. He's letting it tick down. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. They take the snap. That'll be the first Malvern Leopard not named Dupree or Simmons to run with the ball tonight.
Tavian Clegg was the one who took that one, and it's kind of weird not seeing one of those two guys carry it because on the day, I mean, it has been an impressive 445 yards rushing between those two.
Just got a text. Go Leopards from a proud Leopard, Madre.
Yeah, that's, that when everybody gets back to Malvern, he'll be giving some congratulatory text. And
well, Jalen Dupree had a Madre Hill type effort tonight. 35 attempts, 287 yards. That'll be his final total for the night. They're going to take a timeout. Minute or 53 seconds left in this game. They're getting the Gatorade ready, right? They got to get that ready for Coach Plumlee.
And you know, saying that Jalen Dupree had a Madre Hill type night, he had a better than a Madre Hill type night. I mean, Madre Hill ran for 243 yards in his state championship game.
And the junior will be back next season.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
And I've just been handed a note. You care to guess who the MVP of the state carry is?
It's going to be, Jalen Dupree.
35 carries, 287 yards, 4 touchdowns on the ground, 8.2 yards per rush, second most yards in a championship game, 1 catch, 19 yards and a touchdown. Oh, by the way, he played defense, 5 tackles, 2 sacks.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, just add to it, right? Yeah. And look, nothing needs to be taken away from this Harding Academy team. They are a good football team. It's just Malvern, look, they've been good. Both, Malvern's been good all year, and it's just the testament to what, just think about this, Wes. Just a few years ago, this was not a very good Malvern team.
Punt away, and they're going to just let it roll. And real quick, before we get to the last possession for Harding Academy, I got to say, Vinny Winters, Jonathan Woodson, Jack Bullhose, Devon Sanders, Quentin Cooper. That's your offensive line for Malvern. They deserve a big pat on the back because they were opening up those holes and running lanes for Simmons and Dupree. Those 5 guys. And I'm trying to read my writing, but I think all 5 are back next year. It looks like junior, sophomore, junior, sophomore.
Yeah.
That's why they're excited in Malvern about the future. And with Dupree, junior, this team feels like they're going to be around for another year. Yeah, my writing is right. I was checking on Sanders. He is a junior. They lose Cagle. He's a senior. Cedric Simmons, a senior. And everybody else that we called on offense tonight is back.
Yeah.
Carradine is back. Janelle is back. Perez is back.
And, you gave the offensive line a shout-out, the defensive line for Malvern. You've got Forrest Landreth, a junior. Akir Smith, a junior, Leonard Leach, a senior, and then Davian Jenkins, the defensive tackle. He's a senior as well, and they played their hearts out as well tonight.
The defense got it done in the second half. They held the Harding Academy to a late touchdown, and your Malvern Leopards are celebrating. They are the 4A state champions, and J.D. Plumlee gets a little bit of a Gatorade bath. And they are celebrating their second state title, the first since 1993. Malvern gets it done in the playoffs. They scored 64 in the championship game and 56 in the semifinal game. How about that? 120 points in their last 2 games.
All right, Coach Plumlee, first of all, congratulations. Your first win since 1993, your second overall. How does it feel?
It's unbelievable.
Is Levi Mercer.
Just proud of these guys and these coaches, and man, it seems like we've been here for 2 weeks, and it was a delay, and we came out and man, just beat a really good football team, and man, it's surreal right now. I mean, it'll probably sink in maybe in the morning when I wake up that what we just did, and unbelievable job by the coaches and everybody. Just super proud of our guys.
Talk to me about Dupree. He had a standout game.
Well, yeah, you saw him. I mean, golly, that's why we call him Super Deuce sitting around the house, and man, unbelievable. And then defensively stepping up some big time plays, and man, he's been our guy. He got us here, but he's surrounded by some pretty good players too in that offensive line. Man, I super proud of those guys up front.
I mean, it was kind of an upset. They won 3 state championships. You stopped them from getting a 4th. In what ways are you most proud of your guys?
I think by just blocking out all the noise. They really didn't care about anybody's stats all year, and about what they've done. They're just like, we're Malvern, and so they believe in that, and man, belief and confidence takes you a long ways.
Congratulations, Coach. Go celebrate with your team.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
Thank you, Madison. I've seen some of the posts on social media about Dupree throughout the year and some of the huge numbers he put up, and I knew he was a very good back. But how impressed were you with Jalen Dupree tonight?
Oh, I mean, look, when you've got a kid that can not only do it by running the football, by catching it out of the backfield, but then you said it, playing defense as well. He had 5 tackles, 2 sacks in the game. That's the most impressive. He's not just doing it offensively, but he's doing it on the defensive side of the football. And man, I tell you what, he between him and Cedric Simmons, those two have they combined for a really lethal pair on this Malvern team.
And when we started this game, it was pouring down rain, and we said turnovers, taking care of the ball would be key.
Yeah.
Malvern tonight, no turnovers.
And really, on the other side, Harding Academy only had one, but it was a crucial one. I mean, that was a crucial turnover that kind of flipped this game. And I think that fundamentally for Malvern, they did everything right. Low penalties. They didn't turn the football over, and they played their game. They ran the football. They ran the ball today for 440 yards, and they threw it for 224. Now, and Harding Academy played their game. 393 yards passing. They ran it for 80 yards, but that's their game. You had 1,137 yards of total offense between these two teams.
And one key number I'm looking at, 7 sacks.
Yeah.
That Malvern defense got after Miller in the second half, and some very big, crucial sacks that set them behind the chains and ended some possessions. And that defense, how about only 28 points scored in the second half? And I say only 28 points, but in the first half, it was a scoring spree, back and forth, back and forth. Malvern's defense gets it done. The offense was spectacular. We will be back here in a bit. Boonville and Charleston, they will kick off at 8:40 for the 3A title, not the original 6:30 start because of the 3-hour lightning delay we had earlier.
Yeah, that'd be in 15 minutes, by the way.
Yeah, so we've got to clear the stadium and clean the locker rooms and make way for the 3A game. We'll be back in a couple hours. Great 4A game. You got to see the 3A game. This is the Centennial Bank State Football Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.